Yapper, Mardak, and Hiss. The three of you stand inside of a room within the signal outpost of the creators. Before you are the three golems. Over the last couple of days, your tribe has done some experiments uncovering the limitations, the interactions, but a general sense of worry about giving these golems to those who may use them improperly has kept you from essentially moving on from the outpost. You haven't decided how you're going to move forward. However, you have done some scouting, and what has been discovered is that the path forward to the pitch stairs is in fact collapsed inward. Perhaps the stone shifted, perhaps there was a quaking of the earth, who knows, but the path forward to the pitch stairs is blocked by a large rock fall. That influences the three of you standing here now. This is not a meeting of the council. This is essentially an improvised meeting because 4G is kind of sitting on one of the arms of the golem, and he'll look at the three of you and say, "All right, so there's a storage closet over in one of the other buildings next to the signal station, and I was looking around, and we have a couple of options about what to do with these golems," and he kind of slaps the side of it. "There are enough supplies to refurbish these here Dreckhammers into essentially any variant you want. Obviously, we got a plain old one over there with just having, the reciprocating fists, but there's some spare golem horns, there's mauls, there's shields. Obviously, I'm not an expert in this, but I think I can figure it out quick enough if you want to do some refurbishments."
What kind of ranged options are we looking at?
Mostly the golem horn. It'd be replacing both hands with the horn. It's a limited use thing. Also, we could change out the hand for another cannon, though we don't have many cannonballs. Oh, there's also enough supplies to turn it into a Lord variant, which based on the schematics essentially makes it so you can sit inside of it while you're controlling it.
Seems useful.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I think I can do all of them if given enough time, but it's up to you all to decide what you want. You can pass it along to the rest of the council if you like, but just thought I'd present the idea.
You can only turn one into a Lord variant?
No, there's enough parts in there. I mean, this place was real well stocked. These creators never really touched anything that was here. So what we have right now is we have a normal Druckhammer, we have a Screamer, and we have a Thunderclap. The cannon is what they call a Thunderclap, and the horn is what they call a Screamer. We can swap it all around if you want, or we can make them all three Lord variants, or we can make all three Thunderclaps. It just takes time.
I think doing the Lord variant is worthwhile for all three. But we're going to need them to dig us out of this tunnel. So we could have the one with just the fists digging, and you could be working on one of the others, and we could have the third kind of scavenging this place. There was that room with a whole bunch of red metal. We could start breaking that down and taking that with us.
No shrug.
I have a question for you before you go. Some golems seem to receive orders through verbal commands.
Yep.
These ones specifically seem like you cannot hear from the golem while you're controlling it.
Yeah.
Does that mean these ones have no way of receiving verbal commands?
Well, over the last couple of days, I've been doing a lot of reading of the schematics. Blam's been poring over them too, but he has a weird fixation on explosives. And I haven't, from what I can tell, they were designed this way. This isn't a design defect, this is their purpose. As for if they could be reprogrammed, maybe, but I wouldn't know.
And if someone is controlling it through like a Lord variant, if they're inside it, would they be able to hear, or would the... I'm not sure how
Maybe a
encased
better
they would
question.
be.
Oh, I see your question. Yes, you should be able to. Essentially, the way it works is that, and I'll like slap the chest of the Dreckhammer. In here is the Golem core, but also, depending on the variant, there's excess supplies in here. So, the Screamer variant over there will have essentially runic compartments for recharging the horn quicker. Or this one over here, the Thunderclap, it'll have cannonballs and Hwacha scorpion bolts stored inside of its chest cavity. In the Lord variant, you get rid of all that stuff, you move the Golem core to kind of the sacrum, the bottom of the torso, and then you have room to slot in a creator, or a goblin, or a hobgoblin. I think for a bugbear it could hurt real bad, but for the rest of us, we can fit inside. In terms of being able to hear, I would think so. The frontal armor of the golem isn't especially thick. It'd probably be muffled, but you should be able to. Actually, if you want to test it out, he kind of walks over to the normal Dreckhammer, the one that has no variants on it, and he'll kind of tap the chest until he finds a specific seam, and then he'll kind of wedge this red metal tool. It almost looks like a pin, but it's from around this golem workshop. He'll wedge it into the seam and kind of crack it, and there's like this kind of rush of air, stale air, and it opens up the central chest cavity of this Dreckhammer. This one currently has nothing stored in the chest cavity. There is, however, a golem core that occupies the center. And 4G will look back at you, Yapper and Hiss, and say, one of you guys want to hop up in here just to see what the hearing's like?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, it's a very tight fit. A hobgoblin could not fit inside of this space because with the golem core there, you're in like half the chest cavity and you have to like do some contortionist shit. But for a goblin, you just hop up inside. And 4G will then reclose the space. It instantly starts to get hot, Yapper. The golem core produces heat, and the metal is an insulator, so it starts to get hot pretty quickly. But 4G from the outside will say, Yapper! Yapper, can you hear me, Yapper?
Yeah, I can.
How does it sound?
Muffled, like you said, but pretty hot in here. Let me out.
Okay, sure. And then air rushes out. And you're also getting a little bit lightheaded in there, Yapper. And yeah, you can hop down, and 4G will look back at Mardak and say, there you go.
Is there fumes that thing is giving off or something?
The golem
Head's
core?
all fuzzy. Yeah.
He kind of squints. Oh, yeah! Yeah, there's a rune here for immolation. That means it should be putting off, a lot of heat and maybe a bit of sulfur or something like that.
Well, you're going to need to shield that.
Well, the Lord variant puts the golem core down at the bottom of the sacrum, so it's not connected to the chest cavity at all.
Even still, make sure it's sealed.
Well, I'll do lots of tests. At worst, I'll poison a couple of assistants. And he will then waddle on off. His duty here is done. And, so for Munch, after the discovery that the tribe was kind of caved in, like the path to the pitch stairs was caved in, the bugbears have grown very lazy because, this place is very nice. There's not a lot of progress to be going forward. I mean, obviously some digging needs to be done, but the wiser minds of the tribe are still trying to understand all the things they'd uncovered. So what is Munch doing during this time? Damn, real Munches move in silence like lasagna.
Big facts.
Oh, that's really funny.
I'm back.
That's really funny timing.
My
Yeah.
internet, my Wi-Fi.
I assumed. Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, what's up? What did I miss?
Yeah, so the path to the pitch stairs is caved in, and forward progress has been delayed while the smarter minds of the tribe are like identifying all the different systems you have at your disposal and what the path forward looks like. And your bugbears are being very lazy. So what is Munch's days been looking like?
I think Munch's days. We've been here a couple days. Have we started taking the box mushrooms and like putting them into one of the buildings and start spreading the spores, or are we saving that until we
I
find
hadn't
like, a
thought
permanent
about
home?
that. Do you want to start doing that?
I mean, how long? Like we already knew that we were going to be here a couple days at least. How long does it take for like the
one spore
spores-
cycle? So very quickly.
and then they can start coming back, and then how soon until they're like grow some mushrooms?
It's one spore cycle.
Oh, shit, like,
they grow
like,
very
fast.
fast. Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
I was also asking about like the setting of them. So yeah, I think honestly, with Blam's help, I'd imagine, and also
Fizzle and Clang.
Fizzle and Clang, we no, it's gonna set off. We have one of the bunker rooms can just be a little spore room.
Yeah, you will find pretty quickly that undoing because all these beds are bolted into the floor, and you'll find probably. Actually, no, Munch can figure out this. You'll find that one of the spanners here in the outpost kind of matches the size of those bolts, or the little nuts connecting to the bolts, and you're able to remove all the furniture from this room. There's a bunch of metal holes in the floor. Then you can bring over buckets of water from the other station and start to spread it around the space, and then lay out the bodies that you guys have been carrying with you at this point for almost 2 weeks. They are disgusting. They're putrefied messes, but the spores love it. They love that shit. And you lay out the bodies from the fungal box, and soon the air is thick. I mean, so a spore cycle denotes how often the crimson fungus spews out its spores and starts to fruit, which is once every single spore cycle. They do a lot of spores, and they eat a lot of flesh to do all that sporing. And so what are you going to feed it with?
Oh fuck! I didn't think that far.
Because you guys have 2 bodies that it's currently embedded in, and it can eat those bodies for a couple of spore cycles. But if you want more, you're gonna have to give it more flesh.
We already did some scouting to the pitch stairs. Are there any other caves that kind of venture a little off to the side that maybe some animals live in?
There are. I would not call them caves. I would call them closer to. There's a couple old mining shafts, and then there are also cracks because, as you know, further scouting over here, it's pretty obvious that a quake is what caused the cave-in towards the pitch stairs, and so there are these big cracks in the wall, and sublimation, and all these different things that creates this very complex cave structure around the or I guess tunnel structure around the cave-in.
Okay. So I would probably then. Honestly, hold on. Where's the goblin sheet? I need to find the goblin sheet. There it is. Blood spores. Probably go on a little scouting expedition with a couple people. Maybe I bring Grash or no? Who's the cool bugbear that also jumps?
Oh, that would be Snarg.
Snarg. Yeah, I'll take a Snarg. I'll take a Varnk, and maybe a couple hobgoblins. At some point during the after setting up the spores, I'll probably walk up to Mardak and be like, Mardak, can Munch borrow some hobgoblins? Going feed. Go need hunt something. Feed spores. Set them up in bunker over there.
Well,
Give Munch some names.
how many do you need?
Ready for now? 3. Don't know what we'll encounter.
I wonder if I should send my specific followers.
Fortunately, there's only 5 militant hobgoblins in the entire tribe.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just send my 3 followers.
Okay. Bizarre, Rithak, and Drazan.
All right. We've got 3 hobgoblins. Now I need some goblins. And this, I'm just going to take what I can get and just kind of like stand over somewhere and be like, goblins.
Yeah, there are ample options.
Yeah, there's too many, honestly. And I don't think Munch knows which ones are good.
Yeah, you see this, like, so, you're walking through the outpost looking for goblins that aren't doing anything, and as you walk into the, like, signal room, which is useless to you guys, essentially, so it's just been used as, like, a space to hang out, there are 3 goblins sitting in a circle, and they have, like, a knuckle bone that they have, like, fashioned into some type of dice, and you see they have little amounts of, you guys have fungal rations that you've been eating since you left the trade deep, and they are using little, like, piles of fungal rations, and when they cast these little dice, they're exchanging those fungal rations. You're not sure exactly what they're doing, but it looks not productive.
So true.
The new goblins fight.
3 of them will hop up, and one of them will look over, and he'll say, yeah, I stormed the barricade.
Oh, you were with us. Great. You're coming with us. Bring those two.
Wait, where are we going? What?
We're gonna go scout, find some bodies for the blood spores to eat up.
Oh. Okay. Well, Drabba, keep the count, okay? I'm gonna get all your fucking fungus when I get back here. I'm gonna get 2 6s and you'll be done. You'll be done, I tell you. And the other goblin
those 2 should probably come with you. So
no, they're terrible at fighting. They stormed the barricade.
This gay dude is so gonna die.
You got it, bud.
And Belch the Gross will follow you. He did storm the barricade, and he did kill someone while storming said barricade. But yeah, Belch the Gross will follow you. And yeah, you and your motley expedition head out into the things.
Take another bugbear as well, just in case, because we've got so many.
You can bring Rosh. Honestly, it's a good thing too to make him eat less of your guys' rations and eat something from the wild of the tunnels.
Yeah, at least he respects me this time.
He does. You whipped him. He's a whipped bugbear. And yeah, you guys, are you moving as like a big hunting party, or are you splitting off into smaller groups once you get out in the tunnels?
Honestly, I'm thinking like splitting off into just like kind of like 2 groups, each one with like a with an arrangement of each. Goblin can go because he's sneaky. I have good ears, so we'll be separated. A separate bugbear to each party, and then a hobgoblin to each party, and the other hobgoblin can go to the goblin party. So just kind of like 2 main groups.
Yeah, so you, Drazan, and Belch are creeping through the narrow tunnels. They're very dark, and because they are naturally formed rather than purely by mine shafts, they go up and down, and they get very narrow at some spaces. Belch the Gross is a fat little goblin, which is very rare. Most fat goblins are big ones, because that's the only way you can get fat as a goblin. His comes from the fact that you guys just get ample food. You had lots of crimson fungus in your time. And as you guys are walking through one of these tunnels, or I guess scrambling down more accurately, Belch is like below you, but he's talking up at you, and he says, Munch, have you ever gambled?
Gambling? No.
You know, like cast dice, or bet on the outcome of a fight, or
outcome of a fight. Bet on, yes. Much accurate at choosing good winners.
Yeah, I believe that. Actually, do you remember when you fought Thok the Blue? I bet on that, and I got a whole week's rations from it.
Oh. Belch bets on Munch.
Yes, of course. I mean, my thought process was if you lose, we all become, their tribe anyways, and then who's going to enforce the bet?
You're betting on Munch.
Sure. You're not going to die on me, are you? At the barricade, you seemed kind of weak.
Munch was stretched thin.
And kept going unconscious.
Munch needed rest. Munch has rest, though.
Drazan will say, can you both shut up, please? We're hunting.
By the way, I have my echoing ears graph. So
yes.
I have...
Yeah, you're hearing just fine over this conversation, but Drazan is just getting like stewing in the back, just getting so annoyed, clenching his fist.
How does gambling work with trinkets?
Belch will continue talking, and he'll say, "Well, essentially, we get body parts, and then he begins
quiet when you say it, though."
He tries to lower his voice. He gets louder the more excited he gets, and he begins to describe to you how gambling works. And it's really complicated the way they do it. There's like stakes, and there's better dice to roll and worse dice to roll, and it's craps. They're just playing craps with dice, and as
easily get the hang of it, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you pick up. You still pick up on things quick. And in the back, with your super hearing, you can just hear the sound of Jerzon clenching and unclenching his fist in rage as the two of you continue to talk.
Once we get to once he starts wrapping up, though, I think Munch will actually kind of actively start doing more specific hunting, because it's been a second, I imagine, since we've started our separate direction.
Yeah. Roll me a survival check.
Oh.
Yeah, you hear like a plunking noise of water hitting water, and then you kind of sniff, and you smell rotting, which is good because rotting means there's life. And you start to
possibly Otyugh.
Possibly Otyugh. So, do you want to pursue that smell?
I think at this point it becomes I'll just see if I can sit in close and just kind of did the Otyughs, when we first encountered them, make any noises when they were sitting passively? There was the whipping of their tails around, their tentacles.
It's a difficult thing because they attacked you before you got very much.
Well, there was the one that was in the that we silenced by.
Yes.
By the big doorways. And so we heard that one.
Yeah. I think the answer is yes. They do make some noises, but they're pretty subtle noises, and at the distance you're at, all you can smell is the scent of rot. Your nose is more sensitive than your ears, even with the sonar or the bat ears.
All right, I'm going to try and get very close, get closer so I can try and make out what it is, and I'm going to motion for the others to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Jerzon was never talking, but Belch was midway through explaining. And actually, Quaggoth bones are better for carving into dice because they're softer. He instantly goes quiet. And roll me a perception check.
Perception. Oh.
You sniff as you slowly get closer, and the smell of rot comes more into focus, and it does not smell like an Otyugh den. Otyughs smell like swamps. They are thick with life, they are watery, and they smell of rot. This doesn't smell like that. This smells like a kind of savory rot, a type of rot that's been well preserved by its environment. And yeah, I think that's mostly what you get.
Oh. I guess I'm gonna kind of motion for the others to be silent, join, but still behind me. I'm gonna get a little closer to and determine what this kind of thing is.
Yeah, so you have a form of natural dark vision. All goblinoids do. So you can see through the gloom of this tunnel despite its pitch blackness in a sort of black and white tone. And as you creep around the corner of a tunnel and peek, you find the origin of this dripping. In the ceiling, there are two pipes that run along the top of it and then kind of go back up into the rock. And one of these pipes has been completely rended in half by some ancient quaking of the earth. So the tunnel is sublimated by 6 inches, which was enough to split the pipe open completely. And coming out of this pipe is just this constant slow dripping of water. And this clearly happened a very long time ago because the impact on the stone is severe. There is this huge divot in the stone where water has plied this very slow, erosion onto the stone. And there's essentially a miniature lake. Obviously it's not that big. It'd be closer to a puddle, but it's carved out the stone. It's filled in that stone with water, and it could probably fit a full goblin in the space that it's carved out. And more importantly, next to that water, you can see a wild cave quaggoth that is long dead. Quaggoths in captivity are bred to be very large and typically to have coats of one color or another. Wild quaggoths are pretty small. They're about goblin size, and they typically have a brown or a black coat coloration. This is a dappled combination of them. And again, it doesn't actually look dead. It's dead so recently. It's just kind of laying there. It's the smell that lets you know that this is a corpse.
Oh,
Munch will kind of like observe, see if there's any signs of like obvious things that killed it, like, or if it was just like passively like through dehydration or malnutrition or something like that.
Yeah, roll me a medicine check.
Oh, medicine.
Or nature. Yeah, I think either of those work, but I think medicine works better.
Both of them are bad.
Medicine then.
Oh.
Yeah, you move forward in like 2 bounds and reach out and kind of turn over the Quaggoth by like grabbing its skull and turning over its body. And it was definitely malnutrition. Water obviously was provided for, but there seems to be very little other life in these tunnels for a Quaggoth to eat. Quaggoths are omnivorous as well, so that means no mushrooms, no other life, basically anything. They will eat anything. They are the pigs of Javos Karak. And yeah.
Pretty shrimple, so yeah, Munch will just take and be like,
there's at least something. On our way back, go look at the group, see if they're still alive. This will sustain us for another day.
Belch will walk past you and just kind of fully immerse himself in the little puddle and then climb out and follow you.
Yeah.
Feels good. You must be jealous. I bet you've never fully drenched yourself in water like me.
Bugbear fur feels sticky and gross when wet.
Oh yeah. I would never want to smell like a wet bugbear. And he tosses
What's wrong
his
with
little...
smelling like a bugbear?
Well, when you're wet, you smell like excrement.
give him like a little bit of a scowl.
Yeah, during the walk back, you learn that this Belch guy talks a lot.
Yeah.
He talks a lot, and Drazan is just silent the entire time.
At first, Munch was interested. Now he's just being a little rude little goblin.
Yeah, it's
Munch
almost like he's gross or something.
Munch remembers why he likes bugbears more.
Yeah, and when you get back to the outpost, the findings of the other scouting party is pretty similar, which is that there is just no life in these tunnels, which is weird because for you, water is normally enough, but it just doesn't seem like this is connected to the rest of Javuzkarak, so there's just no way for things to have like gotten in there in the first place. How that Quaggoth got there is utterly beyond you, but that is some more food for the Crimson Fungus, so shout out.
It'll last them a little bit longer.
Hopefully, yeah. And Hiss, again, after the party first like arrived at this outpost and they were poking around and stuff, there was a couple days afterwards where they're figuring out how all these golems worked. And Hiss, you have noticed that since your death from the explosion, you have felt a little bit strange. It's one of those things where like if you had to pin down what felt different, you couldn't really.
It's probably that I died.
Probably, yeah. You're in a bit of a funk after dying. And on the second day, as you guys are kind of chilling at this outpost, you wake up sitting in one of these like appropriated creator beds, and you start to like, kind of just stretch and stuff, and you feel as you're stretching something kind of tugs on your pectoral muscle, and you look down, and sprouting directly out of your bicep is a crimson fungus.
Does that not normally happen since we left the Middle Deeps?
Correct. In the Middle Deeps, that was very common. You guys would be sprouting all sorts of shit. In fact, it was one of Blam's many ways of acquiring crimson fungus for the tribe. But yeah, there's no spores in the air. And normally, crimson fungus is a very persnickety fungus and requires a very positive environment to germinate.
Alright, I'm gonna go find some of our botanist.
Yeah, so That's a really fancy title to describe Blam, but you can go find the party, the tribe botanist.
Or Fizzle and Clang.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean,
Fizzle and Clang.
yeah. You can go find Fizzle, Clang, and Blam. They are all inside of the mushroom barracks, essentially. There are 3 corpses here, all of which have little bits of crimson fungus, including a dead quaggoth that's been tossed to the side. And the air is like thick with spores. It's almost suffocating, just like the Middle Deeps were. And yeah, you can walk on inside.
I'll ask them to come out with me.
I think Clang and Fizzle will glance at you, and Clang will just look at you, Blam, and say, "You go talk to him. My damn knees are hurting today."
All right.
These old ass fucking goblins.
Fucking.
You-
you think my knees aren't
17
hurting? But
years
oh,
old.
fucking, I'll do it.
Yeah, you push yourself up and head out into the main outpost.
Ugh. All right. Okay. All right. What do you need?
I on a mushroom.
Congratulations.
On my body.
Oh. I see. Let me have a look at it.
Yeah, you lift up kind of the disgusting cloth on his chest, which all of you have. I mean, none of you
Fairly
bathe.
routine.
You lift up the
Goblin
soiled
medicine.
cloth, and yeah, right out of his like left pectoral, a little bit above, like there's probably an anatomical term for a nipple, but I'm just gonna call it that because I don't know the anatomical word. Just right above it, like in the top of the pectoral, there is just this kind of curling crimson fungus that's like fruited. It's a fruiting body, like it's actively kind of spewing out little bits of spores. It is one of the most fully formed fungi you've ever seen come out of a body before.
Do
I
we?
have not been in the spore room like you 3.
Alex, upon
Yeah.
revivification, do we tend to sprout things like this?
Well, here's the
Us
thing.
clerics.
There's not much of a test basis for this because the only 3 resurrections that have ever happened in your tribe are the resurrections of Mardak, yourself, and Hiss. Those are all divine intervention. And the answer in those cases it was no.
Oh. I give the mushroom a sniffin. Does it smell rotted?
No, it smells fragrant. Crimson fungus has a certain, it's probably the spores, honestly, have the certain mustiness, like this certain umami scent to them, and that's what it smells like.
That's just the smell of my nipple.
I hadn't considered this. Well, you don't have a wound here. You died recently, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes. If I had to guess, it was from that.
I don't understand how that caused this.
The shrooms work in mysterious ways. Even we don't understand how they completely work. I mean,
Perhaps.
it's not growing on you because you're injured, which is normally the cause for them to spontaneously appear like this. We don't get them sprouted on us when we were resurrected, but we were resurrected divinely. Alex, we don't know what I wasn't there, so what were the exact circumstances regarding?
Yeah, he was in a bunker. There was a big boom, and then he came back. But rather than his eyes glowing brighter or something like that, he just kind of was alive.
Coughed up a lung.
I never explained it to anyone here because I was crashing out. So.
Okay. Oh, well, if you didn't explain it, this is perfect then. What were the exact circumstances of your revivification?
There was these. I was ripped from my body, and there were these dogs. They were coming for me in this blank space. And then a woman who appeared. I don't know who she was. I've been trying to figure out. And she told me that I need to spread the word that the Red King rises. And then I was torturously put back into my body.
And you say you were in a big shadowy place?
Yeah.
You know, everything was black and you could see the world, but not really.
Eric, does that sound right?
Yeah, close enough.
Yes, other than dogs.
Describe this woman.
Eric's, I can't remember that at all myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got a very brief look at it. It was a goblin. She was
lady.
It was an old goblin lady. She had
Real warty.
strange eyes, and in the sense that they glowed heterochromatically. And that's about it.
Like the unket heterochromatically? Yeah.
They were more white than the colors of Uncat.
She had glowing eyes and an old woman. I want to think she's Uncat, but I don't know.
But why would Anket bring you back without giving you divine powers? Eh. The whims of the gods are truly beyond us sometimes. You don't seem to be in any, medical danger. So just consider it a gift.
You intend to harvest the mushroom.
I'll poke at it a little bit.
Yeah.
Give it a slight tug.
Yeah, you give it a little tug and hiss across your entire chest. It feels like when he gives the little mushroom a tug, it feels like he just tugged every single ligament and muscle in your chest towards one point. It is incredibly uncomfortable and disconcerting that the mushroom's mycelium stretches that far through your torso.
I will slap him.
I fall over because I'm 20 pounds and 90.
I'm 20 pounds and young, so.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
It tugs at my body.
Your whole body.
Can I get a medicine check from Blam?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I do a medicine check too?
Sure. You may know this.
19.
I forgot your medicine was so high.
You're
like the little tribal shaman.
It's my bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Hiss and Blam, you come to the realization at the same time, which is that, when Blam harvests these little wound spores, that's like when you guys are in the Middle Deeps, that was because spores were going through the air, they got into the wound, and then they formed a little mushroom, and then he harvested it. So it didn't have like mycelium. What happens here now is that that means that fruiting body is just the first. That means this crimson fungus has spread through your entire torso, potentially even around to your back, and it is colonizing your body, which you guys have never seen in a living thing before. Most of the time it colonizes corpses. Bodies are usually strong enough to resist it from spreading through them.
Okay. +1 to the woman was Enquete theory, because this is a divine blessing.
Room gets colonized by flesh-eating fungus. This is a divine blessing.
So true, dude.
So goblin-filled, my king.
That remains to be seen. This is interesting and potentially not good. Potentially. You may just get eaten by mushrooms. A shame. You're so young. It shouldn't happen to you for like 7 more years.
I doubt I would live that long anyway.
Yeah, probably not. But I made it, so, you know, you never know. If more of them start appearing, and in places other than your chest and back, that's probably a bad sign. But did it feel deep, or did it just feel like it was in your muscles, or did it feel like throughout the entire
Ethan,
depth
can
of
you
your
turn your
chest?
mic up at all? I can barely hear you right now.
My gosh.
I'm being honest. I don't think so. No.
I have him at 200, so that may help you.
I do too, and I can still barely hear.
Oh my gosh.
Inputs maxed out.
I'll just turn my max volume up, and if any of you talk, I'll blow my eardrums out.
Then just turn us down.
That's a good point.
Do all your audio bouncing around his mic.
Chowder, Melabaz, you do the same.
Sure. Adjust your YouTube player like playback.
It felt deep.
Well, maybe you have mushrooms on your inside, but no way of knowing that. That would probably be quite bad.
Mushroom-hearted.
Mushroom-hearted. Well, if you die, I'll find out. It'll be interesting.
Oh, man.
But, until it starts negatively affecting your health or, you know, your vigor, I don't think it's anything to be worried about.
No, I think it's a gift.
All right, then.
Yeah. Blam, you head back into the barracks. You got a Quaggoth's ribcage to split open to give more surface area for the spores. And Hiss, you know, you, I think, take a couple steps to think about, you know, all that has transpired. I mean, there's still this mushroom just hanging out in your chest, and you, like, pull back down your rags and stuff, and you feel this, like, urge to cough, kind of tickling your lungs.
Eric's is gonna kill me via cancer. Not even combat. I will cough.
Yeah, it's like a little dust cloud exits your mouth, and as it kind of fills the air and then fades away, you recognize that it wasn't dust at all. It was spores.
Was becoming the mushroom.
Sick. Let's go.
Yapper, roll me a perception check.
Where is my persuasion?
Perception. Yep. All right. Hiss, continue.
I'm fucking busy with the golems.
Yeah, you're golem maxing. Do you tell anyone that you've started coughing up spores? Is this a your relationship with Anket type thing?
Blam didn't seem to care, so I'm gonna go find the big one.
Yeah, you can find Munch. He has come back from his little scouting expedition. Actually, Munch, what would you do when you come back? Because you're not like golem maxing, because you don't know how that shit works, and there's nothing to hunt.
Very boring.
Okay, you find Munch laying atop 3 other bugbears inside of one of the barracks.
Munch. I'm gonna like hop on his chest.
Where's our bears?
Munch, watch this. And I'm gonna cough.
Yeah, and a little spore cloud leaves your mouth.
New magic?
No.
Those look different than normal magic.
Look at this. I'm gonna show him the little tit mushroom.
Yeah, it's a curved little mushroom out of his chest with a bulbous base.
You're lucky. Munch just set those new food amongst the spores. How did Hiss get a new one already?
I don't know what's causing it, but I think it's something to do with when I die.
If it has to do with when you died, why didn't it happen when you died?
One of the bugbears underneath you will like elbow you, Munch.
Let's talk about this elsewhere.
You roll off of Rosh, Obrak, and Snarg and exit the barracks in these like long
big
loping
fucking
strides.
stretches too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. What is problem?
I don't think it is a problem, but I wanted to show you. I think they've been growing deep inside me since I died, and I'm making their way out.
Mushrooms inside you growing?
Yeah.
That seems pretty cool. Even better than back at Middle Deep.
Yes. And I've chosen to carry them.
Yeah. Not carry them like Frost, but carry them. Yes. Right. It's, I consider it a blessing.
I agree.
Yeah, and Hiss, do you go show the rest of your friends in the tribe, hey, look at this mushroom in my chest?
Yeah. This is the first good thing to happen to me since I was vegging out this whole time, so I'm finally in a good mood, and showing them all.
Yeah, you walk around the outposts, you're showing off this to all the members of the tribe. The reactions are a mixture of like, isn't that normal, to like, oh, that's awesome, that's cool, to like, oh my god, that's a blessing from the gods. I would say most of them tend towards who cares, because at this point most of your tribe is made up of people not from the Middle Deeps. It's mostly Trade Deep people at this point. So most of them don't give a fuck. They don't recognize
showing it. They don't appreciate it.
True. And I think we can kind of zoom out a bit. You guys are about halfway through a non-intentional long rest at this outpost, because after your day of experimenting with the golems, you did some more experiments with it, and that's when you discovered that the path to the pitch stair is caved in. So what is the direction that the tribe is taking going forward?
I think upon hearing Hiss's mushroom thing going on, Yapper will kind of pull him aside and tell him, don't fiddle with them too much for now.
Who are you to tell me?
They'll hold you together, but just don't fiddle with it.
You're jealous. You tried to kill me and you're arrogant. Leave me and my blessing alone.
Okay, I'll just pat him on the shoulder.
Holy shit, that just made me realize. Like, I wonder if like the revivification from Onket was not like revivify, but just like tying your body together and making sure it works with like mushroom seed spore string.
Oh shit. That's a fantastic point. Whoa.
So in the coming days is our plan just to use the golems to essentially excavate the tunnel so that we can continue forward?
Honestly, that seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah, Yapper would probably be operating the standard golem and then having 4G work on the other two.
Okay. And then I guess as a council, let's talk about our golems. So we should probably get names for these. Now we can just use their serial numbers if we want to. So we
got
have
Billy with the horn. Billy's got the horn.
Yeah, so we have 1561, 1562, and so we can just do. I mean, yeah, we can do horn. Fucking, I don't know what other names do you want.
We could do like Uncut, Grok, and Domino.
Fucking based.
Actually, so based.
And which one is Onket? Is that the fister, the cannon, or the horn?
Whichever the best one is.
Whatever the
No,
best
to
one.
me it's cannon because goblins stay back and
then
shoot.
Grosh.
Grosh is exploding horn.
Oh, you think?
I think because the horn causes the most fucking destruction.
I think Grosh's horn, yeah.
And then the fist, because it's the most standard, it's disciplined, it's good, it's all reliable.
Then what variants do we want Onket, Grosh, and Dominus to be? Because 4G, like you said, can do some basic retrofitting. It's literally just changing out the hands. That's all he's doing, and it's meant to be done. It's very simple work.
What are the options?
So the options are base. You can be, first of all, you can be a base Dreckhammer. If you are a base Dreckhammer, that means you can have 2 fists, or you can have 2 mauls, or you can have 1 fist and 1 maul. Maul just being a hammer. So that's the base version. Then there is the Screamer, which requires both hands to be replaced by a giant fucking horn that you blow on. Then there is the Thunderclap, which is either both hands are cannons, both hands are hwachas, or 1 hand of each. And then the last one is the Lord variant, which basically involves in emptying out the chest cavity so that the operator can be inside of the Dreckhammer. And it can only work with the fists. But it allows for the operator to be within the golem.
I thought you said you could you just had to empty out the chest compartment, like the,
you do by changing the location of the golem store. It's the changing of the golem core is what limits the fists. If you ask 4G why, he can't explain why, but if you move the location of the golem core, it results in the arms working less well, which means only the fists are able to function.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I wouldn't be using the standard one. I'd just I'd let him have the standard fister.
Sure, but what, I guess, it's a party-wide question now. What variants do we want to have? Because once we leave this outpost, there's probably not going to be a chance to retrofit them again.
I think I like the idea. Munch likes the idea as well of one being a base with double maul. That seems awesome. And then we have double cannon and then hammer. Or then a horn. To me, that just seems cool as fuck, and it works well.
What's a hwacha?
Hwachas are a type of, in real life, they're a type of Korean firearm.
They shoot like
fires a bunch
100 arrows.
Yeah.
Right.
This one fires about 12 scorpion bolts all at the same time.
Is a scorpion bolt something that we could make feasibly?
No, because they're metallic. They're fully made out of metal.
We couldn't just beat one into shape like we do with arrows?
No. Because for arrows, you're just making the arrow head. And then, like, if you're trying to make a straight shaft, you're usually either stealing those from, like, dowels or some other, like, scrounging activity. But for these large scorpion bolts, these are, like, require pretty advanced metallurgy, which you guys don't even have basic metallurgy.
How much ammo do we have?
So within the chest cavity of the Onket, there is a bunch of extra cannonballs, extra scorpions. Throughout the workshop, there's a fair number of those too. Now they need to be reloaded externally, which is a downside of the ranged ones. But you're going to have basically, 12 cannon balls or cannon shells, and then around 100 scorpion bolts. So you probably don't want more than one Thunderclap variant.
The question is, do we even want one? Because, like, how useful is it going to be once we run out of ammo? Do we want to just have 2 melee guys?
Well, even without ammo, it would still be, a 7-foot tall giant red metal wall.
Can we, like, gun bash? Can we pistol whip some bitches?
Yeah, I mean, melee attack. I mean, just the swing. I mean, literally just the golem walking into someone is like borderline lethal for most goblinoids. So
borderline. I think it's like lethal for most.
probably. Yeah, because these things are short. Like they're shorter than Munch, but they're just really big and heavy. So they got a lot of momentum in them.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
The mental picture of them when they're running really, really fast.
Yeah, just like a short king that's like super squat and wide, just sprinting 40 miles an hour through a building.
Yes, my 7-foot short king.
Well, listen, compared to like some creatures in this world,
Well, I have a random question.
Yeah.
Do their proportions look similar to that like skeleton of the creator we found?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Squat, wide, and short. Thick boned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're fine with their loadouts for now, except for we want one lord.
Okay, then which one do we? I assume we want to make Dominus into the lord.
Yeah.
Okay. Then on your, I think on the blood spores sheet, I'm not sure where else to mark it really.
Is the current on-cat one, the cannon one, is that double cannon or cannon Hwacha?
That's cannon Hwacha.
Want to keep it that way or no?
Yeah, we might as well use the ammo while we have it.
Munch just wants double cannon. He just loves the idea of double cannon.
Cannon seems like it has more utility than Hwacha. I shoot bolts at a wall, it doesn't do anything. I shoot a cannon at a wall, it tears it down.
I mean, there is a logic to it.
That's my thought process.
Mm.
Hwacha may be better at killing, but cannon.
Yeah,
got
cannon's got more utility, sure.
In the form of only destruction.
And we don't think we can ever like modify them in the future.
Well, the thing is, you can bring these parts with you. Obviously, I mean, this shit's red metal. There's no reason not to bring it with you. It's just that 4G needs time is the big thing. He needs like an uninterrupted week to just do the stuff on one of them. And historically, you don't really get those. That doesn't really happen. So, I mean, yeah, you could totally do it in the future. Just probably not. Just because you guys are always getting killed by one
not
thing
in this campaign. Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess we'll transform one to Lord and do double cannon.
Another week here.
Well, you guys have already spent 4 days, so it's only a
and we got to dig our way out too. So.
Oh God. All right, this is me.
All right, I've added the Golem boys to your party sheet. Oh, and we're doing cannon for Onket? Question mark?
You like that idea.
You like that
idea. It's kind of hard to talk. I got a mouthful of peanut butter.
Wait, is there a point to having, like mechanically, is there a point to having two cannons? Can you use them both in the same turn?
Correct. So the mechanical differences between this is that Drek Hammers get a total of 2 attacks per turn, and the different weapons they have operate differently. So, for example, if a Drek Hammer has 2 red metal mauls, they only make 2 attacks per turn, but those attacks do a lot of damage when they do hit. Whereas if you gave them 2 reciprocating fists, they make 8 attacks per turn, but when those attacks hit, they do a lot less damage. And then the difference between Cannon and Hwacha is pretty similar. The difference between a Horn and all the other ones is that Horns have to roll a recharge check. So potentially a creature could use its Horn on round 1 and then do nothing for the rest of the combat. Or it could do multiple rounds of like just obliteration, depending on the recharge. But there are also some facts that apply to all Drek Hammers. For example, they can all like sprint into enemy formations and like crush them under its body. So cool. Well, you guys spend the rest of the week breaking rocks. 4G is aggressively renovating things, and the mining work is actually pretty easy. The thing is, if you didn't have a Drek Hammer, I would say it is borderline impossible, but the golems are just really good at breaking rocks, and honestly, most of mining is breaking rocks, because you can carry the rocks out of the way with the bugbears, or mostly the hobgoblins, because the bugbears are miserable for mining work. But yeah, the hobgoblins, goblins, bugbears, the tribe
might whip them into shape to help that thing move rocks.
Yeah, the tribe can unite to move some rocks, and the golems can do all the breaking. And I think what you'll uncover as you continue to work is that sublimation, the quaking of the earth, was only a part of what caused this cave-in. You get to a section where there is a very obvious evidence of like the ceiling being detonated with explosives. So clearly there was an intentional cave-in at some point. But you can essentially remove all of the stuff that's littering this tunnel, and there is a tunnel leading forward. So
before we do anything, because I keep forgetting, I've got these 3 diamonds. I want to give 2 of the diamonds, 1 to each other cleric we have, so we have 1 each.
Cool.
So I don't have any information about them other than they're a diamond.
And they're expensive.
I don't know what the value is.
Eric's
I
Arcana
assume they
check.
would work for a spell.
Sure, roll an Arcana check. Listen, the magical concept of the invisible hand of the diamond market is a really complicated thing, and they're valuable.
Well, we'll figure it out eventually. Maybe we won't.
Time comes and we need a diamond. We
Alex,
may have one.
Can I do a religion check to see if I've seen someone use a diamond similar to this in the past in various things of this nature?
Now,
14.
Now, Blam, you're an old bastard.
Yeah.
You were born in the blood spores, which is different than most other members of. Wait, you were, right?
Fuck if I remember, dude.
I think you were. If I recall correctly, Hiss was yoinked, but I like Hiss and Mudge. I feel like were not originally a part of the blood spores, but yeah, I thought you were.
Yes.
Yeah, you were born and raised in the blood spores in the Middle Deeps, and while your tribe did not have many shamans, booyogs, when you were growing up, you were one of, and even you weren't when you were growing up. However, there was a tribe nearby that ceased to exist many years ago, but they were built around a single booyog, and that booyog had what his tribe called the divine touch. He could touch people and cure their illnesses. He could touch people and instantly remove fungal rot from their lungs. He could cure like their wounds with just a mere touch. And whenever he laid his hands on people, it healed them. And once, in an attempt to essentially unite the tribes of the Middle Deeps, he held this grand ceremony that all the blood spores attended, and other tribes, Thok the Blues tribe, all these different tribes all attended, and there was a dead goblin in front of him that he was perfectly preserved, as if it had fallen moments before. He put his hands on the chest of the goblin, then grabbed a diamond in his other hand and pressed it into the goblin's skull, and you would watch this diamond like disintegrate, and then the goblin had breathed life again. Unfortunately, basically every tribe that went there thought it was like a David Blaine trick, so no one really followed his tribe, but he insisted, no, I resurrected him, guys, I swear, I resurrected him, please follow my tribe, please. And then he died a couple years.
Strong, so no follow.
Yeah, and then he died a couple years later. So, yeah. But you did see a diamond using that. Admittedly, when you saw it, because at the time you were not a booyog either, you really did think it was him doing a scam.
Yeah,
but now that you're holding it in your hand, you're like, oh, well.
And like I am capable of casting Revivify. I am aware that is a spell, and then I imagine I'm inherently aware it requires a diamond.
Indeed. That is how clerics work. Technically, I think it's delivered to you via divine instruction, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
Grosh has told me that I require money to revive you.
Yeah. Even the gods are slaves to the whimsy of the market.
They truly are. Okay. Yeah, who came up and handed me this?
Mardak.
I believe this can be used to revivify something which has died very recently. Let me contact the gods. The gods are telling me 1 minute. Yes.
Yes, I know that. Or I
Yeah.
assume it.
Yeah, that's...
Technically, I would have also been there for that event that you're describing, since I'm twice the age of this ancient, decrepit goblin.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah.
It's true. It's all true.
Yeah, but...
I figure we have 3 booyangs. We have 1 each. Anything happens to one, another can bring us back.
It's a good plan. I suppose I will have to spend some time resting to shuffle around what I can cast, but that's good. Yes. Fantastic. I shall take the diamond.
Yeah. And Hiss, you've been pretty focused on the transformation of your body. The last time you kind of felt like this was when you were like 4 years old, and your body began to slowly enter what is called goblin puberty, which is very different than bugbear or hobgoblin puberty. You start to get greasy and sweaty, and your hair starts to clump, and it's just kind of gross. But
We start to scheme more.
actually true. You start to wonder, how can I become big one? You start to rub your hands together and say, I wish I were a vizier. But yeah, you've been focused on this like internal body transformation of the fungus and all that stuff, and then you get a diamond slapped into your palm from Mardak. Like, I guess my question would be, what do you think about like the rest of the tribe? Like, are you focused on them, or are you focused inward? Are you thanking Mardak? Are you thinking about it? Or are you like poking at your funguses and being like, what's going on in here?
I'm not thinking about the others of the tribe too much, but like when it's only a diamond, I'll like, well, what's this for?
This intuition that you should be able to use it in a spell to bring back a recently deceased ally. If we had it when you went down, perhaps it would have been a smoother... Oh, doesn't matter.
Mardak, as you're talking to him, you notice that like curling out of one of his nostrils is a little like white kind of cord. It's very, very thin, almost like a hair, but it kind of curls out of his nostril and then like latches onto the exterior of the nostril.
The hell? Are you feeling all right? Yes.
I'm doing wonderful.
Wait, I want to inside check this.
Inside check. Yeah, I mean, Hiss, I'll let you choose, and you can do this as a GM roll if you want. Persuasion or deception, whatever you think is more applicable.
Okay, let me DM you.
You can GM roll by just doing /GM roll, right?
You can, but it doesn't automatically do the modifiers. You can also, on your sheet, click a button that says GM roll, and any roll you do will be sent to the GM only. Just a fun little factoid for you.
The 2 GM button.
Munch did it. Oh my gosh.
Get that out?
I did not, but it could also just be loading.
It probably is. My internet's tweaking as hell. You know, I didn't have it set.
Classic. It's just the fact that Munch is the only one that's on my screen. I'm just thinking about what Munch is hiding. Like, what secret could he possibly be holding from the rest of the tribe? You can also do this, Jackson. You can do like D20 plus like whatever your modifier is to the relevant skill, because it definitely is not coming through. But
I just do GM roll.
Yeah, /GM roll and then D20 plus whatever the modifier is. It could also just be that all this shit's gonna buffer in like a minute and then all come through at once, which would be very exciting. Yeah. 15 different rolls. You get to pick and choose whichever is the most interesting. Xander!
Oh, God.
What?
That is not in character.
Sorry, let me make it in character.
That appears in recording, you bastard.
Did you get that one, Eric?
Yeah, I did, Jackson. Fucking Xander. Okay, so yes, I did get that one, Jackson. What do you think he gets on that basis?
I don't know. Probably that there's something I'm hiding when saying it. Untrustworthy.
Okay.
My
Well-
DM's still not gotten 30.
No.
I've heard people whispering about some blessing of the gods. It could be. It could also be a price you're paying. Just keep an eye on it. I'll walk away.
Yeah. And a long rest is going to conclude as you guys are repairing the golems and, or I guess retrofitting the golems and then slamming your way through this tunnel. So if you want to change around any spells or get the benefits of a long rest, you can do that.
Fantastic.
Hold on, I have to eat my graft. It started to rot.
So fucking
Yeah.
gross.
There's some grody people down here, man.
Yeah, it definitely has like Burning Man energy.
It's a body horror D&D story.
The thing is, it was supposed to be body horror. In practice, it's just kind of like a gross hippie.
Okay, I gotta design a new graft.
Yeah, well, so
What do we
which
think
of your
of
grafts did you eat?
My ears.
Oh god! You tore your ears off and ate them, you disgusting fucker!
Yeah, they're rotting. There's like maggots
God,
all
you're
over them.
so
They're, like,
fucking
and
gross.
stinky.
Okay,
Just
what's
popping them in like Doritos.
Okay, what's the next one? What's the next one you're doing? You
No, I'm kind of
disgusting
thinking of
creature.
finally activating my Sifage limb.
Oh yeah. You're such a gross little creature.
You don't know. Maybe we just go Braveheart. I think Braveheart. I think overall will be more useful.
What does that one look like?
Let's find out together. Why don't we?
Yeah, let me pull up the
Like,
class.
Like Senator Armstrong's fucking heart. You just got like a black
I think
fucking
that
vein.
really is what it
machines.
says. That is crazy because of
Each
the
time the
description.
heart beats, its outline becomes visible in your chest. The veins around your heart are thick and dark.
That's literally it. It's
Literally.
Senator Armstrong's heart.
Yeah, and Munch never wears clothes, so you just see like this fucking visibly beating heart in his chest. That's so disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's
God,
Braveheart.
what a creature he is. Yeah, sometime during the last days of these rests, he just like eats his own ears. He is left with like these bloody holes in the side of his head, and then his heart starts to visibly start beating.
Classic Munch. He just had to
Classic
go and
Munch.
have to
Like,
hiss.
Take a heart that I've just like carried around with me and like just like rip open my chest and like stick a second heart in there.
It's so gross. Okay, so the party, or not the party, Jesus, the tribe. You discombobulated me with how disgusting Munch is. The tribe, as the long rest ends, has a kind of logistical thing to answer, which you guys have been, I think, kind of putting off, or at least last session you put it off. When you guys travel, someone needs to be in control of the golems, and since you're going to be traveling for a decent chunk of each day, that means someone's going to have to be in control of the golems for long periods. Who do you want that to be?
I can do the Lord Golem.
Sure.
So are we only one golem, one person for each golem needs to
Correct.
Yep.
Just
we
one.
can't control all three through one person yet, right?
You've never even tried, actually, to control two at once.
Well, my vote would be
Well, do you want to do that experiment?
yeah,
I feel
we
like
could,
run
I
the
guess.
risk.
Who do you want to give that, I guess,
hold
honor?
on. Wait, how? Wait. We're trying.
Wait, no,
we're
not-
gonna
not-
try to control two golems.
I meant from like isn't the master tablet thing?
No, the
Whatever it
master
was,
tablet,
the-
you did not figure out how, you never figured out how to connect the master tablet to the golems.
yeah, okay. I'm not gonna try and like inhabit 2 golems at once. That seems like some kind of
Seems like a great way to just shatter our
disaster
brains.
waiting to happen.
Okay, great.
Like Pacific Rimmed, and you're gonna blow your brain out.
Oh yeah.
Well, then we have, the Dominus one is operated by Yapper, which is very funny. Then we have the Grosh one. Who do you want to be the operator for that?
Fuck it, I guess I'll do it.
Okay. And then, so this, to be clear, this means you are incapable of making checks related to the travel of the party or, like, do anything except for operate the golem during travel.
Okay, maybe that's a
Yeah.
bad
We
idea
have to
then.
like
I
carry
was
them?
going to say we could just assign it to my hobgoblin
bad
followers
idea.
since they'll always more or less follow my orders. And they've got enough health where it's not going to kill them.
How do you feel about that, Council?
Wouldn't it be
I
better
kind of
to-
wanted to operate one.
Yeah,
If
well,
you
you can
want-
operate one.
I was feeling
Yeah,
it.
if you want to, you can. But,
Yeah, but you got first dibs on whichever one, bro. Like, there's
Hell
just,
yeah.
like, I
Then
don't
we
think
have-
anyone else wants to do it.
We have Yapper inside of the Dominus one, and then we have Thazar and Rathak in the other two.
Bunch will do it if no one feels comfortable with
You
the
can't-
hobgoblins.
Okay, I was gonna say you can't fit inside the Lord mech. You are too big for
Oh,
that.
no,
but the
no,
other
no.
two will work fine.
Yeah, I know. It just made Munch upset, and like he didn't
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to the council as to whether, like,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the tribe, if you tell them the hobgoblins are operating the mechs or the golems, no one's gonna,
It's gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, you live in like the most hierarchical society of all time. If the leaders say to do a thing, then people do the thing.
Except when the hierarchy is based on strength, and the thing that they're doing is
not being
get
strong.
it's getting extra strong.
Yeah. Listen.
Like, hey, listen to us because we're stronger, and
Because
get
you're
into this thing
cheating,
that
bro.
makes you
It's 'cause
stronger
you're
than anyone else.
It's because you're cheating, bro. so, are we good with having the hobgoblins operated? Okay,
I'm
cool.
fine with
Sounds fun.
Mardak, you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing of all time. All right. So you guys begin traveling through this tunnel toward the pitch stairs. Traveling with golems is very different than traveling as a tribe because, like, the tunnels are fucking scary, man. Dravuz Karag is a scary place, and there's always the chance of, like, an Otyug or a Cloaker or a Roper or just any of the nightmarish creatures to just kill a member of your tribe. But the golems are so fucking loud that stealth isn't even an option. Like, you're not slinking behind the tunnels. You are announcing, we are here and we will fucking kill you. And I mean, you guys in the past have been terrified of the sounds of approaching golems. So if there are any like goblin tribes in this vicinity, they will probably steer long clear of 3 golems, not just 1, 3 Dreckhammer golems, which are combat golems, not even those like platform golems that you've seen, like the Red Weeps had. So you continue your travel through these tunnels, and slowly, you begin to recognize that you are entering tunnels with life. Below, the trade deep seemed largely sparse of life, but wherever you are now, which is probably somewhere in the proximity of the pitch stairs, you can see evidence of Quaggoth scat. You can find evidence of mushrooms growing in the walls. You can hear ever so slightly in the distance the shriek of a cloaker falling down on its prey. You can smell the rot of an Otyug den, and this is Dravuz Karag. This is the life of this hole, not those fucking empty, desolate tunnels, only with creator fucking explosives to give you company. You do also discover a downside of having golems with your tribe, which is that they are really big, and a lot of the,
Did we arm everyone with all the weaponry?
Yes, so I put it down on the party sheet. I guess this isn't more of an update for Jackson than anyone else. The party has... Oh no, I had Kazak write it down. Kazak, what was the tally?
159 long blams, 39 scatter blams, 39 grenades, and I believe we got one regular blam in the
Oh no, you're right. Mensch took the other one. So yeah, 1 extra blam hammer. Yeah,
1 extra blam hammer in the safe.
Oh yeah. Does
Didn't
anyone
write that
else in
one
the
down.
party want long blam, scatter blam, or blam hammer?
I would like
Can
it
I
long
handle
blam.
them when that's small?
Sure. Yeah, you can take the blam hammer. I'll just put down the stats of the different items.
All right, I think I also got a scatterblam on me.
You do indeed have a scatterblam on you.
33. What?
So that's supposed to be long blam. And then the scatterblam is 68 with 15 to 30. And then the blam hammer is 2d12 with 600 to 300. So yeah, you guys have enough of these that you can just add them to your sheets. Oh, there's also the grenades that you could take. That noise you made. Whoa.
Oh, you're messing up my sheet. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
It's me. It's me.
Wait, 900 range? Jesus.
Yeah, feet. 900 feet. Minimum qualification for the marksmanship.
Yeah, that adds up. Yeah, 300 yards. That's fair.
No, 100 yards.
Oh.
300 feet into... Oh, no, 900. No, you're right. It's 300 yards. Yeah. No, it's 300 yards. Yeah, you're right. Minimum qualification, I think, is 100. But anyways, yeah. So if you guys choose to add them to your sheet in any quantity, just like let Kazak know, because he's the one tracking that particular thing. My general thought for this as a tribe is that long blams is probably going to go to every member of your tribe. The rest of them, I think, will be on a case-by-case basis, just because you have so many long blams. The rest of it, though, is kind of rarer. Like the grenades is
Scatterblam.
Okay, scatterblam.
Can us tiny old
Is that
goblins
a modifier?
Can you what, Ethan?
Can we use like? I feel like using a shotgun that's longer than I am would start to cause problems.
Luckily, you can. Yes.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Now, none of you have proficiency in firearms. Literally, no one in your entire tribe does. I don't believe. So
not even like Zebit?
I don't know, because he uses a crossbow.
Close enough.
You didn't have any guns until you found them at the start of this campaign.
Could have known a crossbow and a gun.
That's so much. Just like everything almost.
Eric's, is it a dex modifier for like the damage?
Well, so that's what I was going to say about the lacking proficiency. I think I'm double checking. Yeah, when
just
you
don't
lack
add your proficiency bonus.
Correct. When you lack
Okay.
proficiency, you just don't add your proficiency. And yes, it is dex. All of this is dex, and you don't add proficiency since none of you are proficient. That's so much damage. God damn. Munch.
Yeah.
That's why we call him good old Munch gun wielder. The truest big one of the hold, because he shoots you in the fucking skull.
It's true. From day one, Doc the Blue was shot with a gun.
It's true.
Yep.
That's some real shit. Blue-eyed samurai type beat.
Your night cat. I just want to make sure she's not being too loud.
No.
Pet her
No.
more, make her louder.
Real shit. Make it go meow.
Pets.
Oh, cute. All right. Does everyone have the different things they want added to their sheet?
How much does a long blam weigh?
Heavy. I think it's 12 pounds.
Jesus.
Munch will correct me.
What's the
Xander, I mean. I
lightest?
don't know why I call him Munch.
Long blam is 9 pounds.
Scatterblam is 12 pounds. Yeah.
Yes.
What's the lightest?
The blam hammer.
Yeah, that makes sense. How much
Which
is that?
You have
2
one of
pounds.
them, and it's 2 pounds.
You want mine?
Can I have that, considering it is?
Sorry,
the
you have
only
two of
gun?
them. You have the one that
Oh.
Munch has and the one that you got from the officer's storage
It's-
closet.
It's the only gun I can carry.
There you go. Well, that makes perfect sense. Little goblin with his little revolver.
I've got
I'm
one
just
of these.
Become encumbered. It's not that bad. I'm just
That's
never in
true.
combat.
That's
'cause I
true.
can't catch up.
Dude, wait. I'm just picturing a hobgoblin legion all armed with fucking AR-15s.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
This is what you gave us, brother.
I know, it's great. I love it. I love Magitech. I love Magitech. I love Magitech. I love watching a goblin try to play like Tetris on a computer.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use any of the guns. I could use maybe a few. I could have a few grenades because that would be a strength, would it? Or, like,
yes,
how they
because it's a
work.
thrown weapon. Yeah.
Oh, I
Now, obviously, it wouldn't modify the damage at all. The damage is what it is, but it would
Just
modify
hit.
the to hit. Yeah. Also, I think your hobgoblins.
What is their dex like?
What's
is it
the
at
what?
least 10? What are the decks of the hobgoblins?
Well, so here's the thing: your followers are going to refuse to use firearms because they are cowardly. Now, if you command them, they will change their mind. But they believe that fighting should involve some degree of suffering, and if you are just blowing someone's skull up from hundreds of feet away, there's not really much suffering involved in that.
Have any of them fired one of the guns before?
Zebit has. Zebit, the second you guys got to the outpost, the very first thing he did was grab a long blade and shoot it, and he's like, "This is fucking wicked."
It didn't hurt his shoulder. That's some amount of suffering.
No, it didn't, because they used the runic bullets. So
Oh.
there's literally
So
no
they
recoil.
have no-
There is literally zero recoil. Now, that is not true for the long blam. Or sorry, the blam hammer and the scatter blam both have traditional explosive mechanisms in them. But the long blams are runic, so literally zero recoil.
Alex, I have a question.
Yeah.
Could we improve the average accuracy of the tribe if we used Napoleonic tactics?
I think that, goblins are really quick to adapt, but that is the most insane shit you've ever said.
What do you mean? It's just one person can't aim. Let's line the whole
you're
tribe up
saying,
in a line.
what if we invent like a firearm stratagem that was invented after hundreds of years of using firearms in the span of 1 week? That's insane.
It's just
Is that not the most
logical.
goblin
That's
thing
just,
you've
that's
heard?
just how it. No, that just makes sense. It just makes sense. Yeah, which also was a historical invention after hundreds of years of firearms.
I will also say this. Goblins learn from what's around them. There is no one using Napoleonic tactics.
It's around you.
There is formation fighting.
Yeah, but
right?
only hobgoblins fighting with now if you said, what if we do the classic hobgoblin shield wall and we just put muskets up on those shields, that would make sense, but also that's a lot closer to an arquebus or a pavise crossbowmen than it is to line formations.
Can I invent pike and shot tactics first?
There's nothing to make. You can't invent anything. Goblins are not inventors. They're stealers. They're little grabblers.
Well, we just happen to force the hobgoblins to use guns and tell them to just use the same formation.
Well, unfortunately, you don't have enough hobgoblins to form a formation, so checkmate.
All right. It was worth a shot, okay?
Again, you only have one hobgoblin in the entire tribe that readily embraces firearms, and it's not even Mardak, it's Zebit, so I don't think this is happening.
Shucks.
Because the rest of your tribe does not fight in formation. The bugbears just sprint towards anything that's bleeding because they want to eat it, and then the goblins are just, they're jerking.
So
We need someone to hold the front lines down anyway, so we don't need guns.
Tactics,
No.
basically.
You didn't invent any tactics, you're just doing random shit.
Yeah, random
Tactics
shit.
imply something that's ordered.
That's how everything is invented. People just doing random shit, and then it just works.
Anyways, you guys can begin to proceed through the tunnels towards the pitch stairs. There are no tactics. It's all ad hoc. There's going to be a lot of friendly fire. Eventually, you guys begin to near the entrance to the pitch stairs, and it's less than a day of travel to do all this, because now you're just following the path that Mardak is setting out for you using the 3D representation of Jibba's Karag. And I think as you guys are walking, one of the younger goblins, a goblin named Chica. She is a young goblin. She's only 3, so she's not yet reached even adolescence. Very firmly, like an older child. She'll kind of walk over to you, Blam, and just kind of walk along your side. She is she's from the Middle Deeps. You were there when she was birthed, and she'll say, Booyah, Blam,
Yes.
My mom says that a lot of, are we the enemy?
What do you mean?
Well, we've been traveling for a long time, and we've seen all these incredible things from the creators. And my mother, she said that she was speaking with that slave goblin from Gomrick, the little Forgy. She was speaking with Forgy, and he said that this hold, everything that we benefit from, was built by other people that we killed.
Ah, that enemy. How do I put this? Yes, I do believe that we are/were the enemy the creators refer to. However, how do you?
Are we bad people?
Well, from what I see, what would you do if someone was trying to annihilate your entire people just because of the way that you are?
I would bite them.
Exactly. And we simply bit the creators harder than they could bite us.
Oh. So they were bad people.
Well, they tried to kill us.
They did?
A lot. Yes.
Oh. And they didn't follow the Triumvirate, right?
No, they followed these weird, other mysterious things.
And in Rathaclick, he says to all the tribes that the law of strength says that we deserve this hold.
We were stronger than the creators.
She kind of sighs in relief. So they're the bad guys.
Yes.
All right. She'll walk off.
Why is the kid talking to Rathaclick? That shouldn't be happening.
He's talking to the whole tribe. You guys forget that like 98% of the time when the tribe's doing something, you're like, hey, Rathaclick, go take care of it. So he is essentially the de facto like administrator of your tribe.
That's a bad idea.
You do it almost every single session. You're like, Rathaclick, go deal with them while we have a council meeting. So you have old man Rathaclick talking to the children of the tribe, being like, yes, and that is why I follow your tribe, because of the law of strength.
And he's like, at a given moment, I would throw these babies into a wall of fire.
Yes, if you are weak, I will kill you. And it is morally justified. Yeah, you've given him power. So, yeah, you guys continue, and Yapper, you have been noticing. So you've been in your golem for, at this point, almost a full day. Boom, boom, and also not to mention all the mining that you were doing.
Yeah, pretty much like a week now.
Yeah, basically a week on and off inside the mech. And something that you've begun to notice about being inside of the golem is that you are becoming more dull to the functions of your body the longer you remain inside. And this seems to be a cumulative thing, not like it's not like you're in there for 8 hours and then you leave and then it resets the next time. It remains dull when you return. And it's not like you can't talk or anything. You still have perfect control. In fact, your control with the golem is getting even better. It's that when you're in the golem, you forget about things like hunger or thirst or bathroom. Like, it sounds kind of silly, but you need to remind yourself every couple hours to get out of the Lord so that you eat or you drink water, because you think you could die in here if you don't have something external to remind you that you are a body. And as you guys are approaching the pitch stair itself, so near the end of this like 8th day essentially of being inside the mech, you're like squeezing through one of these like doorways, and one of the bugbears is like gently tapping your arm, gently. He's like full on wrenching the arm back to try to make it fit, but obviously it's barely moving the arm. So this bugbear is trying to help you through, and you will feel a phantom touch on your arm as you watch this bugbear like touch your giant metal arm to help squeeze it through this crevice. You will feel like you are being touched.
I will grab him with my flesh arm and speak. Blood pools at our ankles. Answers lie within. And I will continue with my mech body through the crevice.
Yeah, the voice rattles through the mech, and the bugbear just kind of goes a bit pale as this giant mech like grabs his arm. And as the golem like grips his arm, and he kind of remains still as you finish squeezing through the crevice. And the bugbear.
No, sorry, I meant I grab him with my flesh arm.
Okay, so you reach out of the torso of the Lord Golem and just like grab his arm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he just looks a bit pale. But the other two, and finally, with this like all this travel and stuff, you guys will breach out into the pitch stairs. It's not like some grand entrance that you guys pass through. You just kind of emerge into the pitch stairs through a crevice that was in the wall, and slowly your whole tribe files out, and it is busy. Down below you, you can see. So to your left and your right, immediately on the stairs, there were previously a huge flock of goblinoids heading up the stairs, like hundreds, maybe even thousands. However, the sound of approaching golems resulted in this like whole level that you're on, so this whole like flight of stairs being essentially emptied. But above you and below you, you can see goblinoids spiraling upwards, going up the stairs. And down below you, while the central shaft is still black because it goes so far down, you can see that there is these like highlights of activity, and what you've essentially walked into the middle of is like this massive migration upwards to Barrigadoom. And there's like throngs of goblinoids ahead of you and behind you, and there's like this kind of bubble of empty space like 100 feet on both sides of you, but the goblinoids that are like down the stairs of you are kind of starting to bunch up as the people heading up the stairs behind them start to bunch as well.
Mass migration.
Indeed. So where are we going? What are we doing?
Probably just like following. We're still trying to get to Barrigadoom ourselves, right? I'm pretty sure.
So we're going up?
I think that's the plan, yeah.
Yeah, why would we go down?
Sure. Yeah. You guys direct your tribe. The 3 golems basically result in you guys being given a huge amount of space. And I would like the whole party to roll perception checks.
Oh, I lost my echoing ears.
You ate them. Seems about right.
It's a lot of bad rolls. Oh my gosh.
Me and Hiss are engaged in a vigorous discussion about.
Yeah. About shrooms. Munch and Mardak, you guys get a pretty similar read on the situation, which is that down below you, you can see that the stairs spiral, and then there's like this large opening into the wall, which leads into the trade deep. There is that's where the basically back of the line is, because that's the origin point of all these refugees. But guarding the entrance there is a large military force numbering a couple of hundred, including golems. But you don't recognize them, like who they belong to. However, Yapper, with your golem eyesight, which is apparently improved compared to normal goblin ones, you identify them not as Red Weeps, but a different tribe. The majority of you get this much more like detailed vision of, there's this large gate that leads into Hook Rat territory. It's on the western edge of the trade deep. That's the entrance to the pitch stair. There's near the entrance to this, there is 2 golems made out of red metal, but they both look like they were for like mining purposes, and they've been repurposed into basically platforms where a bunch of goblins with arrows are standing. Then on the ground, there is a mixture of bugbears, hobgoblins, and goblins, but a lot of them are on like different sorts of beasts: spiders, wolves, wargs, bargeists, things like that. And they have various banners because, again, there's a couple hundred here, so it represents multiple little war bands. And all of them have the same banner, which is this, like, clenched teeth that are white on a yellow background. And you guys have seen that before because you traded with them near the start of the campaign, those being the Venom Drinkers. They were what the Red Reaps were fleeing from. And you realize now that this is not so much a refugee column, just, like, looking down. You can see Venom Drinkers are like dragging out goblinoids and like pushing them into the pitch stairs. This is a relocation, an ethnic cleansing, whatever word you want to use. But the venom drinkers are forcing probably the hook rats and any other goblinoids they can find up onto the pitch stairs and sending them upward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have the force numbers around 500 venom drinkers, and they have 4 golems. So a much lower goblin to golem ratio than you guys have, because you have like 40 goblins and 3 golems. But yeah, you don't see a single hook rat. You don't see any red weeps. Yeah, a lot's changed during your 2 weeks in the in the tunnels below the trade deep. And you guys are going upward.
I mean, I don't know. Are we still going upward after?
Are we still going upward?
Yeah, of course. That's the divine path.
True. You know what?
I mean,
You're so right.
We could take more side paths.
We got to get to Barrack Dune.
That's true. It's kind of hard. I don't think much can stop us at this point. Like, I don't mean to get like a big ego, but we got 3 of these fucking red metal grosh golems.
Well, you know something that could stop, and you're actively moving away from it.
Okay, well, me as a player, yes. Munch, no.
Fair enough.
I'm also totally not metagaming, wanting to go up and away.
As you guys continue upward, you can see that this column around you of these refugees, exiles, fucking whatever word you want to use for them, these other goblinoids that are headed up the thing, they were giving you guys a very wide berth at the start, because they didn't know who you were. All they knew is there's this tribe with like fucking crazy weapons and golems. So they just kept their distance, not knowing how violent you would be. But one hobgoblin will break off from the crowd ahead of you, and he'll kind of walk down the steps towards probably Munch, just because you're at the head normally, you and Mardak. This hobgoblin looks vaguely familiar, and he'll say, "Mardak, it's been a while."
Squinting my eyes. Why does he look vaguely familiar?
From the hook racks, Dravak, we did some trading between our tribes.
Oh.
Yeah. Though it seems that the shoe's on the other foot now. I mean, you have golems and guns and red metal armor.
Yeah.
Oh. Last time I saw you all, you were wearing scraps and rags.
You've been given many blessings.
I see. And he'll kind of fall in line, and as you guys are heading up, and say, "So, blessings. I mean, again, last I heard you were in the Middle Deeps. What happened?"
Well, we left, and we went on a journey. Actually, before, what's going on with how are you guys here? What are you? What is your tribe doing?
It doesn't exist anymore. Hook rats are gone. I mean, I know you don't know much about the trade deeps, but we were one of many tribes in the trade deep. You know, lots of competition and the like. Biggest rivals were this gold coveting tribe, and we held the pitch stairs. And I was making my journey south on the pitch stairs. I was actually planning on bringing you all some new slaves when I saw this warband heading up the pitch stairs from below. Thousands and thousands of goblinoids. Huge force. And so I went up, I told my tribe what was coming, and they thought it was this tribe called the Red Weeps, because they've hit the eastern edge of the trade deep. There's been some fighting over there between a group called the Rattleworm Confederation and these Red Weeps. And so they thought it was that. We prepared to defend the opening, and well, Dominus delivered a lot of suffering that day for the hook rats. Our booyogs were all captured. Big one got killed. Backup big one got killed. And about half the tribe or so joined up with the Venom Tooth which is the tribe we were fighting. Venom Drinkers, Venom Tooth, bunch of different names. They don't really, not very consistent, but either way, we joined up with them, and then they said they didn't want us. They said they wanted us going up the pitch stairs, and so that's how you find a good merchant like me amongst this rabble.
They don't want you. Why do they want you going up the pitch stairs?
I mean, I don't know. They're a strange tribe. I didn't really know anything about them before they attacked, other than the generalities. I knew they traded in poison, livestock, slaves, the usual. But I don't know. They just said they didn't want us. Our new big one, she surrendered to them, and they said they didn't accept it. They told our tribe to go up the pitch stairs, and I mean, once that happened, all sense of order broke down, because our big one, she wasn't even, I mean, she was pathetically weak, and so there was no one to hold the tribe together, and so Hook Rats are gone. There are other tribes that are gone too, but you wouldn't know their name. I think about half the Trade Deep, maybe more, is already under their grip. You're lucky you got out of the Middle Deeps when you did. I've heard that all that's under their control too. So now that I've shared mine, I mean, you got to tell me about yours. You got red metal armor. You got whatever. That looks almost like a rifle. And then you have golems. I mean, how the hell did that happen?
Well, Middle Deeps. We were initially pushed out by the Redweeds.
Really?
More or less. But before that happened, we clashed with the other major tribe in the area now, and we took them over we were trying to unite against them, but we figured it was too much, so we had to leave. I can't tell you where we found all of our stuff. I mean, word gets around, we don't want these I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we've taken what we could get, and we just keep going up.
Well, after you fled the Middle Deeps, you were on the pitch stairs then? You've been coming up the stairs all these weeks?
You know what? It's not for you to know where we've been.
Based.
Huge.
All right. You looking to expand your tribe? As I said, most of the folks on this stair don't have one, and I mean, if you're offering this, I'm sure there'd be some interested parties.
I'll talk to the rest of us, but
Sure. Like I said, it's not just the Hook Rats. You wouldn't be getting just hobgoblins. There's all sorts of other tribes that got destroyed as well. Our biggest rivals got destroyed, so you'd have some choices.
how many Hook Rats are there?
I think there's around 15,000.
Holy fuck. Holy shit. What the fuck? Guys, if we get a tribe of 15,000 that'll obey us.
Aw, fucking tribe.
The issue is it's all fucking hobgoblins. Come on, man.
Is that really an issue?
We want to accept. We want to
Jack-
accept some, but we can't accept too many and get, schismed.
I think Jerzak will, he'll say, well, think it over. I will say, I've heard rumors from, up the chain that at the top of these stairs, there's this like group of Barrack-Doom tribes that have united, and they're basically taking folks into their tribes and the like, so, you may need to be strong enough to resist that if you're planning on continuing to exist as you are. Just, passing along some information in the cause of friendship. And then Drazak will, kind of bound up the steps and go move, 100 feet back up the stairs where the rest of his little group was.
Guys, we should accept them all, so Alex has to make a name and age for every single 15,000 hobgoblins.
I think you could do that.
I would learn Python just to code that, because I'm definitely not writing that by hand.
I could probably help with that.
Yeah, I mean, so just, when I said there were thousands on the stairs, I think that after you hear that, Mardak, you kind of look up and you finally realize, oh, we were like really close to the pitch stairs. Like we were in line of sight of the entrance to the trade deep. So we're actually at the bottom of this column. This column of like goblinoids we see must go all the way up to Barrack-Doom. So that means from basically half of the entire pitch stairs right now is filled with goblinoids going up. It is incredibly packed as well, like pretty dense. And that means it's way more than 15,000 on this stair right now.
How do they even eat? What food are they getting?
Well, it doesn't take that long to travel up the pitch stair. And like it's a 2-day trip to get from the trade deep down to the middle deep, so you're not sure how long it takes to get to Barrack-Doom. But most of them are carrying supplies like on their back. And also the other answer is a lot of them aren't eating. Like there are corpses there. It's not very common, but there are some corpses like just sitting on the side of the stair, and every hour or so you will see a body just plummet through the central shaft of the pitch stair as someone's like kicks it off the edge.
But that's meat. What the fuck are you guys doing?
I don't think they're as cannibalistic as our tribes.
Yeah, almost
Bunch
no
of
one is.
losers.
Almost no one is. So Mardak, you can the only member of your council that you can't easily confer with is Yapper, because he's inside of his fucking golem, and the golem is loud and all that stuff. But you can, pop open the chest cavity of the golem so you can chat with him. And council, what are we thinking about this situation?
Well, he can hear through the chest cavity.
Yeah, he can.
Just a little Aki.
Aki slush.
I don't know. I'm having a real hard time saying no to having a tribe of 15,000 to our command.
Well, to be clear, that was not the offer.
Okay, well, to just take the hook rat hobgoblins.
I know, but there's way more than just hook rats on the stairs. And again, that guy is just some random merchant from there is no leader. The hook rats doesn't exist anymore. That tribe ceases existence.
Yes. If we accept one person stronger than us, they challenge Munch, kill him, and they're a big one.
This is true.
But we have guns.
There are things stronger than guns.
Get in the golem.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. Literally, no one would view that as a rightful challenge of strength, but you could do that.
This is true.
So I think we should have like a selective process for getting people with certain like talents or.
Well, you guys don't have long. Like you're not doing 3 rounds of interviews here, because when you reach the top of the stair, there's that. And again, this whole thing's in motion. It's not like you're stopping at the side of the stair and being like, hey guys, come to us if you want to join. It's more like, you're moving upward constantly, and you have a little bit of time to bring some folks together under your banner if you want.
Maybe some people will just come to us because we have the golems.
If you made it clear you were recruiting, yeah.
That's fair. Feels a bit funny being like, we're recruiting people, just no one's strong.
Yeah, I mean, there is also like the difficult part, which is already your tribe is only about half blood spores. The other half are from different places, and that has caused significant internal friction. If you guys recruit, let's say 100 hook rats, that is now 3/4 of your tribe being specifically hook rats. So you would expect to see the culture of your tribe just become hook rats. Their tribe may not exist, but their culture, where they worship Dominus as a god of binding, where they believe in strict hierarchical control, those types of things would just naturally bleed into the tribe, because already you guys have so many bugbears that Munch is the de facto big one. That was not true at the start of this campaign, because you guys had a much more balanced tribe. Imagine if there's 100 hobgoblins who only listen to Mardak's orders. that would significantly change your tribe.
These are all true.
So, yeah, I don't know. What do you?
Maybe we get to Bergdoom. We set up all the blood spores, and then we just initiate everyone with the hallucinogenics, so then they're actually a part of our culture.
Well, that doesn't make them a part of your culture. That just means they've gotten high
Yes,
ones. Oh, okay, sorry. It does mean that. I forgot.
Clearly.
So all those ones from the Thok the Blue tribe that still listen to Rathaclick, those guys, those are members of your tribe. They're fully culturally you, even if they...
Shut up.
I mean, Rathaclick is like down with the council now, so
No, that is not. He follows you guys intermittently, but I would not say he's down with the concept of the council. He thinks it's brain dead. But
hey, what are you talking?
he agrees. He thinks that you are divinely inspired. He thinks that Mardak is decently smart, and he thinks Munch is strong enough that he couldn't defeat him. That doesn't mean he likes the concept of power sharing.
Did he just forget the lesson of the play that I?
No, he just took a different lesson from it.
He thinks a tribe should have everyone, but there should be one big one.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah, a tribe should be unified across all the different races, and there should be like unity and strength, but it should all, listen to one big one.
He completely missed the message.
That's the beauty of art, baby.
I thought he was cool now. Damn it.
And that's just one guy in your tribe. Like, imagine
Death of the author.
True. Imagine the Vrosh tribe. Like, imagine his ideology. So I'm just saying, if you recruit huge numbers of even moderate strength people, like even a couple more like Mardak types, it would probably significantly change the blood spores, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just worth considering.
At the very least, I think we should replenish our hobgoblin numbers somewhat. Because we lost so many from the assault on the.
I think we should let people know we're recruiting and just have like a DEI diversity quota and like select for.
You're like, what tribe are you from? What race are you? That'll determine whether you get to join. Oh, also, make sure you're not stronger than this guy over here. Dude, dude, that's a crazy recruitment strategy. You can't be strong. You have to be a specific race, and you have to be from a specific tribe. That's crazy.
You have to be a certain amount of strong, but not too strong.
I'm just saying, we got a lot of bold men in for the hobgoblins of our tribe. I don't know if our future is very bright.
There is the opposite approach where you could recruit a very, very small number of like new people, but only really strong ones.
My personal opinion would be we recruit a few like specific people. Like we need, I feel like we need more hobgoblins. We need a more disciplined frontline because the bugbears are great, but they do just do whatever they want.
Or,
and especially now that we have so much of our power is our rifles and whatnot. Like we need a frontline to hold, like in front of them.
Don't use rifles, I thought.
Only his followers.
I mean, if we can equip hobgoblins with shields and have them ready to like stand in front of our range, like our goblins using rifles, we can keep them safe while they do the damage. Like the hobgoblins don't need to use the guns even.
Yeah, I'd say we recruit like some baseline fighters, possibly hobgoblins, and then like people with knowledge. So
I'm going to get real abstract and out of character here. I kind of view our bugbears as like just random cavalry. They're just going to charge off and do whatever. The hobgoblins, they're the shield wall, and then our archers are the goblins. Our shield wall is very, very weak right now. We have like 3.
That is a good point.
We should also look for people with like knowledge, like if they know gunsmithing or alchemy or whatever.
Yeah. So we could say we're hiring those with unique skills and also some hobgoblins.
Now, you don't really have any time to test these skills, and you don't know any of these skills, so you also don't have like a written exam to prove that they know something. So are we just going on vibes?
If they lie, we kill them.
Yeah, but how would you know?
We could just
later.
Later.
At least for the gun stuff, you could like ask them to give us a breakdown of how the gun works.
But they probably won't know that because these are ancient firearms that no one can make today. You've seen goblin-made firearms in the trade deep, and they're way more primitive.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
Also, the long blamps are on totally different design principles because they're centered around runic firearms.
Look for people who know runic stuff.
That's true. That you could do that. I will say that'd be ridiculously rare because none of these are from Gamric. But
we might just have to do it off vibes and just I mean,
Group insight checks. We've got like 5 of us
Sure,
looking.
yeah.
I also have do I? Hold on, let me check. Although that might cause a bit of a stink if I started casting Zone of Truth.
Unfortunately, Zone of Truth just wouldn't work because it's a fixed location. You guys are all heading upward.
Yeah, that's fair. And I don't have it prepared.
Nice.
We could just get like a few trustworthy people, and the rest of the people, we could share our prophecies, like, oh, the Red King rises, blah, blah, blah. We know the path to paradise, and we could just use a whole shit ton of people as meat shields, basically.
Well, yeah, but then that circles back to the issue of we have 8 bajillion people who aren't part of our culture, and then the tribe.
We can just cut them loose if we don't like them. Like, we can just convince a bunch of them to come with us for the meantime. Maybe we can use them when we run into whatever, and then if we don't want them, we're just like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, it doesn't
What are
really
they gonna
matter
do?
that it doesn't really matter that they're not part of our tribe. Like, we'll have our core tribe, and we'll have like auxiliaries that we throw at the wall, pretty much.
You can try doing this. I will just say, though, that whenever we violate core goblinoid cultural pillars, we start to essentially build animosity in our tribe. Like, for example, you guys constantly try to violate the law of strength. Your tribe is built on a violation of the law of strength, and it constantly causes you problems. If you just tell someone in your tribe, leave, and they haven't done anything wrong, that would also violate another core cultural pillar of goblindom. Which is what the Venom Drinkers did. They violated like a core tenet of goblindom by just expelling tens of thousands of goblinoids up the pitch stairs. And to, almost all these people, that tribe is now forever like villainous. Like they are an infamous tribe.
I wouldn't really. I would say we allow them to kind of be hangers on, but we don't. They're not integrated. They're just kind of with us while we march up the stairs.
Sure. I mean, if you want to make a temporary alliance, that's one thing, but
just like act as like protectors.
Well, we'll act as like pathfinders because we have the maps, we have all the knowledge of where to go, and they can be like we'll tell them that they can follow us, but they're not necessarily in the tribe, and they gotta do what we say.
Aren't they following us anyway? Aren't we all going to the same?
You are all going up a very narrow path that has no degree. It is a very narrow space. You're all going the same direction.
They'd be doing exactly what
Seems
they
like
were
splitting
going
the
to do
baby.
anyway, except they do what we told them.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard the very vague news that at the top of the stair await several tribes that have banded together and are taking, these people probably into their tribes, into slavery, similar to what you guys do. Actually, very similar to what the Rattleworm Confederation did to you guys. Yeah, do you have a plan for that?
I think we should split off to a side path.
One second, I'll be right back.
Ready. Well, I'll let you contemplate that, and we'll take a quick 5-minute break for food and water and the like, and we'll be right back. See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to
That sounds like something
For the harem.
would say.
Back to For the Tribe. There's been some contemplations by Marcus Aurelius, and I think what we've come to is that as the tribe moves up the pitched stair, there will be some recruitment efforts for a couple of frontliners, and also those with special skills. Sort of an X-Men type situation. So, Me when my skills are special. Can I get a party-wide insight check?
Who's the bit? What is the... Oh, everyone.
Oh, that sounds about
Yes, that means everyone.
right. That's definitely right.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
We're a very insightful bunch.
Oh,
Busy
yeah.
being a robot.
absolute stinkers.
Oh yeah, Yapper's in a robot. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that's
Oh,
pretty good.
man!
So,
With the clutch.
you guys call Jerzak back and inform him that, yeah, we're willing to take a couple people on, those with special skills or, combat prowess. Now, I will say, before anything else, Jerzak is going to ask, like, since he's the one that approached you, maybe you'll let him in.
I'm fine with it.
That seems fine. Yeah.
He's
Okay.
not a fighter. I thought he was just like a merchant dude.
He's not a fighter. No, he's not asking because he's a special fighter. He's asking because, I put you on. Let me in.
You know what? To keep the contact.
The idea.
If we get the contact, we can get more.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're letting Jerzak in. Let me add him there.
That seems fair.
He is 32. He has no stat block, and he is a former hook rat merchant. And he
Well
has
traveled.
he is well traveled. Yeah, he's been all up and down the pitch stair. Who gave him the combat roll, ball sniffer? Sander, control yourself. He has not sniffed any balls.
How do you use merchant
That
roll?
shall be his role as my medical assistant.
No.
My
No.
balls sniffer.
No.
Are these balls good to sell? Got a sniffle.
So in terms of he puts out the word, he heads up and then heads down. Like he kind of does the running work of being like, hey, these guys are pretty strong. They're willing to let some people into the tribe. They're looking mostly for hobgoblins, fellow hook rats. And he knows a fair number of these people. In fact, if you guys, like when you were originally in the trade deep and your plan was to move through hook rat territory, this is the guy you were looking for. Like you were hoping to meet with Jerzak because he's done trading with you. He sold you 4G. Like he's the guy that sold you slaves at the start of the campaign.
4G. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, he sold you some
What
slaves at the start of this campaign. So
What does
No, he
Forgy
sold
think
us
about
wealth.
taking this guy on?
Forgy-
he sold you Whelp. You're right. Yeah, Forgy
Yeah,
was the slave that escaped. He sold you Whelp.
Yeah, we fucking.
What happened to Whelp? Did he get eaten by someone?
I think
Or
he's.
is he still
Let's
with
see.
us?
I don't know. That's a great question.
I
I'll
remember
be
we
honest.
were discussing that we were
He's
going
on the
to
sheet.
eat
He's
him
on the
or
sheet.
something.
He's on the sheet.
He's still there. He's still there, baby. Let's go. But yeah. Anyways, Drazak sold you him. So yeah, he'll move up and about, and eventually, you guys get a couple of 100 people that inquire, almost entirely hook rats. You get literally in this narrow space, almost again because it's just people ahead and below you immediately on the stairs. All of them are hook rats, and with those insight checks, I think the easiest thing to discern is whether someone is or is not a good warrior. That's like pretty obvious. If someone has armor, if they have a weapon, that means that they were employed as a warrior in the hook rats because they were allowed to leave with everything on their back. If they know how to swing it, that means they're probably a decent one. And if they have like a physically strong build, that means they're a very strong one. Now, are you only recruiting people weaker than Munch?
Well, I'm like, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm more okay with hobgoblins being a little bit stronger than me.
No,
'cause
that
I
doesn't
don't
sound weird at
think-
all because that's just what hobgoblins are. They follow hierarchy.
I'm saying like I don't. Yeah, they're gonna follow hierarchy. I don't think there's gonna be a hobgoblin that's gonna be like, wait, I'm gonna be the big one, as much as like a
think you
bugbear
mean-
or a goblin.
I think if a hobgoblin has a chance to become the top of the hierarchy, they're going to take it.
Think of how racist they are against following a bugbear there. Especially a hook rat.
Listen, hook rats, are they racist? Yeah, of course they are. But their racism comes from a theological place, so consider that. It doesn't make it better, but just consider it. Yeah, I think basically, okay, I'll put it this way. The reason I asked this question is because there's a particular group that'll offer to join you that there are members of it that are undeniably stronger than Munch. There is a Painmaster who has a group that he calls the Cult of Jervek. They worship the son of Dominus, which of course in your theology, that doesn't even exist. You don't know who the fuck Jervek is. But in their theology, I mean, they won't go into it really. Basically, this group called the Cult of Jervek will offer to join you. It consists of a Painmaster that leads the cult, and then 5 Shatterhelms, which are incredibly veteran hobgoblin warriors that are equivalent to like a 13th or 14th level player character. So it's only 5 of them, because the rest of their cult died in defending the hook rats. And they used to be very powerful. They used to be bodyguards of the big one, which is why so many of them died. But this small group of 5 could massively improve your combat potential. But they are, again, stronger than much.
This
Trafficking. Weekend right now.
I actually don't think it's a good idea. I think they could do a hostile takeover if they wanted. If they got the opportunity, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We would have to be very careful
like,
with the golems, making sure they don't.
wouldn't to like properly take over the tribe, it would need to be one-on-one. Because if they're like, "Hey, we as a group wish to take over," then
well,
just be like,
there's
"All right,
2
fight
routes they could go.
Individually, they're stronger than me as well, apparently.
They could do a council fight where the 5 of them fight the 5 of you, and that would be dicey, I would say.
All right.
Or they could just, obviously, they could do the individual challenge. I will say their Painmaster doesn't look particularly strong. I would say
they
they're
were like,
no, the soldiers
it's not the
are.
Painmaster.
The members of the
yeah.
cult are, because those are veteran warriors, but Painmasters are support people. They're not soldiers in their own right. Essentially, it's actually their Painmaster is very equivalent to Mardak in terms of his strength. So it's up to you. If you want, you can also talk to them, ask them about their theology, expand on this encounter. But this is what you get from the surface level. And do you want them in your tribe? The Cult of Drevek. Deep contemplation.
It would be, it's a fucking risk.
Yeah, it is.
It's
I
so
also
based
don't
if
like
it
the
works
idea
out.
of having like a religious cult within.
You already have one. You already have the Dominus cults.
Can we get them to join Marduk's Dominus cult?
I don't know about that.
I think with an insight of 20 from Blam, this Painmaster, again, much like Mardak, views that all of his beliefs in life come from divine revelation of his god. So to subordinate him to another priest is borderline unthinkable, especially for someone who believes that Dominus is not the god of suffering, he's the god of binding, meaning that all, like in their theology, in the Hookrat theology, all hobgoblins are slaves of Dominus. He is their master. And to violate your master's direct divine commandments, that's like literally unthinkable. So you could probably torture this guy to death and he would never recognize Mardak as his religious superior.
So we rip apart the Painmaster.
The other 4 are also belong to this cult. It'd be like killing Mardak and trying to get his 3 disciples as normal members of the tribe.
Yeah, personally, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think I could get them
I
to
don't
follow
trust
me
them.
reliably, and if they tried something, it would be a fight.
Okay. Then that was the strongest group by far. Beyond that, there are whip priests, which are essentially like lower. They're not clerics. They just kind of deliver some of the pain sacraments. In the Hookrats, they were the low-level slave kind of whippers. A fair number of those will offer to join. And I think just to kind of summarize all the military forces that offer to join you, basically, you can get as many hobgoblins as you reasonably would like of lower strength levels. So hobgoblin lashlings, there's a huge number of those. Hobgoblin hoplites, which is like a slightly more veteran lashling, lots of those. And hobgoblin whip priests, there's a lot of those. Beyond that, though, not many.
These hobgoblins, since they're all from the hook rats and they all view Dominus as a god of binding,
yeah,
they would be much more inclined to use firearms, right?
Yes, in fact, firearms are already in Trade Deep Warfare. That's how you could find them at like the open markets and stuff, because they already use them.
Okay.
So they actually have proficiency.
Yeah, I think the most important qualifier is, will they do what the council says?
Again, with a insight of 20 from Blam, the old man's wisdom is coming in a lot of use today. Probably not. Not the council. They probably listen to Mardak or Munch because that kind of hierarchy makes sense to them. But the council as a whole, probably not.
Yeah. I think if I'm the only Buyag of Dominus...
Yeah, the Whip Priests are not Buyags. They are just guys. You have one in your tribe already.
They would kind of default to listening to me or like Munch as the big one.
Is there any way that we can get Mardak and Munch to like kind of tell their most ardent followers that like treat an order from any of the other counselors as an order from me?
No.
I mean, if that's an order from me, maybe, but like...
I mean, okay, to be clear, real quick.
It would be like a long-term integration goal. That wouldn't be like a short-term thing that happens, right?
Yeah, because Mardak really only has 3 fanatical followers. He has his 3 personal, and those guys are loyal to him personally, not even like, I mean, it's like quasi-religious, but it's also like they just like him. Like they're long-term members of the blood sport. All these new people joining would not even really be like personally fanatical to him. It's just, if they're thinking about what the most logical hierarchy is, he's the only Buyag of Dominus, therefore he should be in charge. And for Munch, he has no ardent followers at all. The bugbears only follow him because he's strong. They don't give a fuck really about anything else he says. He can barely get them to work, much less like do what he wants. So yeah. So how many hobgoblins would you like of the different variety?
How many do we have now?
Currently, we have 3 lashlings and a whip priest.
And
I think
way
all
bottom, you have
our
another
hobgoblins,
lashling.
including me and Rathaclick, we have 11. I think I counted.
Yeah, and that's counting kids, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I don't know, maybe like a... What is a whip priest different from a lashling and again from?
So lashling, lowest level, like minion stat block, die in 1 hit. Hoplite, slightly better. Whip priest, they are support units essentially.
Do some hoplites. We don't have any hoplites.
You do not. No, you used to have some, but they died horribly.
Yeah, I think we could do some hoplites if we're like looking for a front line. Hoplites are our go-to.
Okay. How many?
Yeah.
Like
How many
4 or 5?
bugbears do we currently have?
That's a great question. It's a lot.
Yeah, I think between 5 and
you have
6 or 7.
22 bugbears in your tribe. There are double the number of bugbears compared to hobgoblins.
I don't want to get like... I don't want to get so many that it's kind of half and half, because then...
Well, right now, your tribe is like 1/4, and then the other, I don't know the exact fractions, but it's fucked up. But basically, there's less hobgoblins than goblins or bugbears. I think bugbears are the most numerous, though, at the moment. Oh, no, goblins are the most numerous still, by 26. 26 goblins, 22 bugbears, 11 hobgoblins. It does, yeah.
Okay, but 22 bugbears is a lot of bugbears.
It is a lot of bugbears. You got a lot of bugbears.
How many are children? Are we adjusting?
About half.
Children?
Almost all of these are half, even the hobgoblins.
All right. I think maybe we go with 8 to 10.
Okay. Now, if you want to make the numbers a bit less scary, you could do 8 and then also bring their families in, because a lot of their families won't be fighters. It'll just be children. And that would even out the numbers without giving them combat ability.
Yeah, we're good with taking families.
Okay. Alrighty. Then we will be accepting a total of 14 hobgoblins, 8 fighters.
Oh, a lot.
What does Rathaclick?
The tables have turned.
Yes. Hobgoblin and rise.
I have direct control of 2 golems and about 20 hobgoblins.
It's true. That's what I'm saying, dude.
It's
You have the
over for
opportunity to
Munch.
do the funniest thing of all time.
I actually don't want to destroy Munch. Munch is...
Well, not Munch. Everyone else.
I've just got Rathaclick whispering in my ear like
I
a
know,
devil.
and what beautiful whispers he has. All right.
Might be able to do actually.
I'm adding these to the sheet. This will take me a second. In terms of special skills, the fuck?
Sorry, I'm making a little cool thing.
Oh, I deleted it. I'm sorry. No, you can make it. I thought it was a misclick. I didn't mean to delete your things. I didn't mean to delete your things. You're gonna want to do a conditional if search statement. Anyways, so for the special skills, the hook rats do have skills. Those skills are largely in things you guys don't care about, like chain making, whip making, rope making, animal husbandry, doctor. Do you guys care about doctors?
Oh,
Yeah, we got a
kind of-
doctor.
kind
Lance.
of
Okay,
doctor.
so they would not define that as doctor. I mean, like a hobgoblin doctor who follows creator physician practices.
I mean, I personally would. I am rather open-minded when it comes to my medicine.
Yeah.
So I would very much be down. More medical knowledge is always good.
Okay. Then yeah, you guys can recruit a hobgoblin physician from the hook rats. And yeah, I don't think there are any other special skills represented by the hook rats that you guys would be super interested in.
But
metallurgy.
How do
Do
these
you guys
whip
want metallurgy?
priests work?
Mm.
Like, how do they function?
How do they
What do
function?
do?
Essentially,
We have one in our entire tribe.
Yeah, the way that they work is so they get discipline through pain, which all hobgoblins get, which allows them to take damage to gain advantage. But they can also essentially enforce that on another hobgoblin. So they whip that hobgoblin and yell at them and say, "Motherfucker, do your job!" And then that hobgoblin gets to take an action in exchange for damage.
Oh, wait, this discipline through pain advantage. Wait, that's so giga strong with my channel divinity. Discipline
is,
through
yeah.
pain.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very good.
Wow.
Yes.
There you go. A
Whip-
little
and
pie
whip-
chart of the different.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god, it's almost perfect 30-30. Dude, that's so cute. I love my little triumvirate tribe. It's like a perfect breakdown. Yippee, yippee. Yeah. So whip priests are essentially non-magical support people. They are the NCOs of the Goblin Legions.
Oh, one is enough.
Okay, cool. This is actually going to take me a second to finish adding all these, so we're going to go another quick 5-minute break, so we're not just sitting in silence. We'll be right back. Alrighty, so we have recruited a fair number of combat hobgoblins into the tribe, as well as a metallurgist who's like a smith, a weaponsmith, as well as a doctor, which the tribe has lacked to this point. And it's a pretty small addition that you guys make to your tribe. Realistically, you didn't even recruit like a single banner worth of hook rats, because their lowest level military unit was a banner, which was numbering in around 300 hobgoblins. So you recruited nothing. You recruited like not even like a single band of refugees. And when it becomes clear that you're kind of done, that you're not interested anymore, people will basically kind of stop coming. And I think Drazak will the merchant will kind of walk in line with you, Mardak, and say, "Why so few?"
We can only take so many and maintain control.
I don't think that's true. I mean, you got golems and a big one, and and if there's a different leader of a tribe, who cares as long as we survive Barrack Doom? Or not, I guess.
Well, all the decisions we've made have revolved around, well, I'm gonna be honest, keeping us as the tribe leaders.
Why?
Why not?
Mm.
We want to be. We've gotten us this far. Just because someone's stronger, that means they're better.
Yes.
Such is the ideological difference.
Do you just not worship Dominus? Do you just not believe in the origin of our gods?
I don't. Well, I mean, yes, I do observe Dominus as a god, obviously. It would be insanity not to, but there are multiple gods for a reason.
Of course, and they all recognize the law of strength. It is why Enquete is the head of the Pantheon, because Enquete had the strength to break Dominus out of the brain and Grosh out of the marrow. Even the gods follow the law of strength.
Is 5 not stronger than 1?
No.
No, 5 people are not stronger than 1 person?
Perhaps in physical strength, but it introduces debate, adversity, a weakness of character and mind that is not present in the mind of one individual.
It introduces a differing of opinion. Different perspectives are good. Each
A
person
rotting
has
of the
different
body.
knowledge. A rotting of the body?
Well, yes, Bayag had a number of different voices within him, and it's ultimately what tore him apart, and our gods crawled out of his belly. It is why our gods recognize the law of strength, because to be disunified and arguing and fighting against each other is anathema to a successful tribe.
It's not fighting amongst each other, it's simply proposing different solutions and using everyone's both intelligence and opinion to choose the best one. You can
And yet
still
you limit
only
the
choose
expansion of
one
your
path.
tribe due to personal reasons.
Due to the fact that they would be anathema to what I see as the best way to lead a tribe.
If your best way of leading a tribe keeps it under 100 members, it does not seem a very effective strategy.
People will come around to our way of thinking eventually.
How many gigantic tribes have
Changes
been
that.
shattered down here while we march on stronger than ever?
You
If we
run.
were doing something distinctly to break the law of strength, I think we would have been destroyed with them.
I think you are alive because you run. And of course, I run too. Don't take that as a personal slight. The moment I saw those venom drinkers coming up the pitch stairs, I ran. I have no qualms about that. But I think that is why you are still around. If the big one of the hook rats had led our tribe in force up the pitch stairs, right about now we'd be crushing into Barrack Doom, slaughtering all that opposed us. But we chose to fight the venom drinkers, and we lost. And I'm sure you would too if you tried to fight them.
Surely, yes.
So, you're alive because you ran, not because your model here is particularly effective.
That may be true. Oh, that is true. Actually, you are correct. And yet, this is our way of leading it. If the gods do not wish us to lead the tribe this way, they will eventually have us destroyed.
He's not, unlike Rathaclick, who like fucking hates when you guys have these conversations, he's not particularly ideologically motivated. He was just curious. He just doesn't really care. He just wanted to live. He's actually very much like you guys in a certain way, because he just cares about not fucking dying horribly. But yeah, so Drazak will just, fall in with the rest of the group. And as the hook rats begin to talk amongst themselves, they speak a language you don't know.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll walk up to one of them.
Yeah. The you guys accepted about 15 people from the hook rats, including Drazak, and there's a couple kids, an older woman or a younger woman, but she's like crippled, so she can't fight, and they're all kind of chatting lightheartedly.
Excuse me, I will say in Goblinoid, I guess. Is that the collective language we all
Yeah, that
use
works
when
for
speaking?
almost every interaction you guys have ever had before this.
Excuse me.
The weaponsmith Mordhack will look down at you. He has like a big he has these huge mutton chops and has shaved the rest of his head bald.
Fantastic.
And he'll look down at you. And yes?
What is that language that you all are speaking?
Hobgoblin.
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 Mordhack.
Yes.
Do you speak Hobgoblin?
Do you speak Goblin or Goblinoid? We share a language. I don't know what this language is they speak.
Intriguing.
I mean, their tribe is entirely was entirely Hobgoblin.
And yet it's a different language. It is not a shared language. Have you always all looked back to the weaponsmith? Have you always spoke this?
Yes, back to the breaking of the hold.
Does it have similarities to our goblin?
Yeah, roll me a raw intelligence check.
Can I do that as well?
All right.
Yeah,
Can I
absolutely.
specifically be looking for references to binding and
Shit.
things that Dominus would be looking for
Sure.
in Dominus? It's like,
Unfortunate.
I'm actually going to give
intelligence.
both of you advantage on this because I think there's a
Oh.
pretty good reason why you would recognize aspects of this. Goblins are one of their quickest things to pick up is languages, like really
Fantastic.
nightmarishly quickly. Like
I
it's
got
kind of scary how quickly they pick them up. Yeah, I think neither of you has even a intro level linguistics understanding of language, like even remotely. It's you just hear sounds. I will say the sounds you speak are mutually intelligible with the creator language. Like when you have read creator text, that is pretty close to Goblinoid, at least the Goblinoid you speak. It's almost mutually intelligible. Not quite. Runic is completely different, but normal Ash creator language is pretty similar to what you guys speak, at least written. Now spoken, you have no idea because there's no creators you've talked to, but you assume it's similar. What they do has a lot more harsh consonants. It has these like kind of long flowing words. The phrases seem to all kind of blend together. It's as if it's from a different place entirely.
That's what I got on a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Very intriguing. The shared language we have with them, is it Goblin or is it Common?
Goblinoid.
Goblinoid.
Yeah. Basically, all the languages that you guys speak are just within the bounds of Jervuz Karag, like as far as you know, because you don't know of anything outside of Jervuz Karag.
Except the giant spoke it.
True. The giant did speak Common. That is true.
Yeah.
The flesh golem. Common has completely different noises to Goblinoid or this Hobgoblin language. Common sounds like it ends with a lot of ELs and Athiels and Quinteniels and Andambar. Like it just has this very like flowy, just that kind of light quality to it. And you have no fucking idea where that comes from. But the language used, like Goblinoid, is very similar to the creator language. What they speak is not.
There's like there isn't any amount of like commonality between the two.
I would say they're incredibly limited.
Okay.
You said it's similar to Common or not?
It's closer to the Hobgoblin language is definitely closer to Common than Goblinoid. Yeah.
Is it close to Elvish?
Well, no one in your party speaks Elvish, so.
I speak Elvish.
Oh my god, he speaks Elvish. Yeah, I mean, I think actually you're in a very unique position, which is Common is very obviously just an offshoot of Elvish, like very obviously. It has all the same like verb, like everything. Everything's the exact same. Common is just an offshoot of Elvish. Like the Hobgoblin language feels like Common and some other language you don't know about had like a nightmare chimera child, whereas Goblinoid, the Goblinoid you speak, is clearly just an offshoot of Dwarvish.
Very interesting.
Thanks.
Do you share that
Elvenate language plus something else that's not Dwarvish.
Yeah. Elvish plus not Dwarvish.
While we're in the future, while we're traveling and I'm not actively leading, I would like to try and pick up this Hobgoblin language.
Yeah, luckily for you, of all the traits that your peoples possess, language acquisition is by far one of the quickest. Basically everything except for Runic, because Runic is purely written. Any spoken language you can acquire very quickly. And pretty rapidly you can start, like, by the end of the first day, you can understand basic words, which is... Like, you can understand, for example, when, like, you can't shape a sentence on your own, but you can, for instance, say, me like you. Like, you know how to say stuff like that. And, yeah, you can start finishing this. It is going to take you 1 week to get fully fluent in this language by hearing it being spoken in your vicinity. So it doesn't even take, like, active learning.
God, being a goblin is fucking awesome.
Would it,
You imagine we have to do, like, 40 weeks and shit?
I mean, the
But,
downside is you will forget it in literally one generation and never be able to get it back ever.
Okay,
and problem.
Who cares if you're dead?
I do that anyways.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, if you're dead, you forget it. True.
Is that how
Yeah.
long it would take all of us?
Yeah, you're all goblinoids. Yeah.
Oh, all right, fantastic.
Yeah, listen, your races are more similar than different. I mean, your bodies may be different, but your minds are all quite similar. Even silly old Munch there has a shocking, he'd be a savant if he were a human. Because he just learns so fucking fast.
He's a fucking
Gonna
genius.
try and pick it up then.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, some things that you'll notice about the language is there's a lot of words that don't mean anything to you because you don't know what they're talking about. And even when you ask the speakers of the language, they don't even know what they refer to. Like a lot of the phrases they use reference sand, and you don't know what the fuck sand is. They also reference
brain rot. Oh my god.
Interesting.
kind of. Yeah, they have these they have these idioms that they don't know what they refer to. Like they'll say when the sand dune falls, which to them just means when an impending catastrophe happens, but they don't know what the fuck a sand dune is. When you ask them to explain it, they're like, I don't know. It just means an incoming catastrophe. So they have very good semantic understanding, but none of the they don't know what the words mean.
Like the context.
Yeah.
Elsewanian and a Pepin.
Could be.
What does this new spell I got do?
So yeah, you guys ascend up through the pitch stairs, and the tide of refugees from the below continues until eventually that gate is just out of line of sight. You don't know what the Venom Drinker strategy is, but it's a weird one for sure. And
Very interesting.
a spell you have?
Yes, I have access to divination now.
Oh, you don't need to cast sticks and beg the gods, please give us just a crumb.
I can literally just ask now.
Alrighty. Well, after about a day of travel, you guys will need to rest on the stairs. Now, some people just choose not to rest, so you guys are going to have to squeeze into one of the crevices and find a little place to make camp, or you could push. You could take a level of exhaustion and push through the evening up to Bergdoom.
I would say rest because having a confrontation with exhaustion would be an idea.
Yes.
Okay.
I say we rest.
Then some rest. You guys.
Also, I maintain that we should go off on a side path.
Are there any side paths?
I don't
the
know.
map?
On the
that tells us
3D
that-
on the 3D representation of Jervaz Crag, there are a couple of ways to get to the surface from the upper, the heights of the pitch stairs. There's also a couple ways to get up to where the crown lickers are, completely going around the Grand Atrium. But the Grand Atrium itself, as depicted by this map, actually does not have the 1,000 little holes. It's actually a pretty coherent, cavern. It's that instead it connects to these distinct mining areas that have these huge, lung-like tunnels headed in all directions, but none of those connect to the pitch stairs. The Grand Atrium is a lot more clearly it was built with the intention of living here, not an exploratory thing like the Trade Deep was. So no, the long story short is no. Now, if you wanted to, you could hop to the surface and then enter one of the surface tunnels that does lead to the Grand Atrium, but you'd have to basically be going out to the surface, doing a little shortcut, and then re-entering Bergdoom.
Well, we know where our objective is. It's that long tunnel that goes through Eye Stealer's territory. So basically, we're just working backwards from that to where we are.
Yeah, the quickest way would definitely be just going up and through the gate at the top of the pitch stair.
But there are alternative routes?
There is an alternative. The second quickest alternative would be hopping to the surface briefly and then re-entering.
Is that through the valley with all the golems?
It is, yeah.
Sure.
Alleged.
Alleged. I mean, you guys haven't seen them.
Wait, we might be able to get more golems because we got the control of 2 that was in the golem.
True.
So,
Well, actually, no. I think you had 3 that were in the. Let me see.
In the valley?
Yeah, 3 golems were in the valley connected to that tablet you have, and then 1 was in the Grand Atrium, or below and left of the Grand Atrium.
We could certainly try that.
Are there any that lead to that goblin or that golem if it's below and left of the atrium?
No, that one is in this really weird little cul-de-sac series of mines. But the 3 in the valley, I mean, you could always go out there. Now, I will say, if you believe the rumors, which I don't know if you should, but if you believe the rumors, there are 2,000 or 3,000 goblins in the valley, or not, golems in the valley. So there's
While
that.
that may be over-exaggerated, even like 10 golems would pose a challenge for us.
I'll be honest, I think 1 golem would pose a challenge.
Probably, yeah.
I think you'd kill it, but I do think it would pose a challenge.
So, even if that number is over-exaggerated,
How much into the valley do we have to go?
100.
Well, it's different spots,
Doesn't
right?
matter.
So
Just take our entire tribe through.
Yeah, I mean, one of the golems you're looking for in the valley is at the bottom of the lake. Another one is kind of on the slopes of the valley leading up to Gamrick, and the last one is kind of in the shadow of Barrack Doom. So it's, I guess, the closest, but it would take about, like, it's still pretty into the valley. None of them are like right next to the entrances.
How long range is that remote?
I don't think you've tested that, so I don't know if you know.
Basically, I don't think we should go into the valley. I think we should try to pilot the golems into the exit that we would be at, and then we can get them too. Like there wouldn't be much use in exposing ourselves to potentially like thousands of golems. We could just see if we can get them
for
to.
Thought, if the creators had been capable of getting all their golems back from the valley, they probably would have done that.
I feel like we'd just lose a golem if we sent it up there alone.
Yeah, like I don't want to go into the valley. I just want to see if we can get something out.
If that's the plan, I think it'd be better to send a goblin scout, like look around.
Well, we don't even have to send anything in there. We got the controller, the Overseer's tablet. We could just disable the kill anything in sight. We can assign the movement things to various controls on the tablet, and we can guide it to whichever hole.
Well, you don't have to do anything to try this. I mean, you can just try doing that. Mardak has the tablet. You can take it from him, and it will take, a little bit to figure out like what even like how to read these commands or whatever. But you will find that there is an error when you attempt to move the 3 in the valley. For all 3 of them, you receive a message that says there was a manual override.
Oh.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, not great.
I will say though, the one in the, because you're trying this with all 4 of them, the one in the bottom left of Barrack Doom, when you give it the command to move, you watch as the little blip on the connections map moves a little bit.
This seems good.
Yeah, that one doesn't. It seems as if only the ones in the valley are fucked.
And you said there's just no way to get to that one? What?
So no, there is a way to get to it. So the way you get to it is you go up the pitch stairs into the Grand Atrium. Then you would go over to the Grand Atrium, go to the opposite side of it, go down through this like kind of tunnel network, and then in the very bottom of one of these tunnels is where, like vertically bottom of one of these tunnels is where the golem is. Which is also going to prove difficult to recovering it because when you tell it to move, it can move horizontally. It is incapable of climbing out of the hole that it is currently in on its own. Yeah.
Are you talking about the one that we do have control? That's not
the one that you can control is inside of a hole, inside of a mine. On the far side of Barrack Doom. So it can walk around, but it can't climb. Alrighty. Well, you guys can't split off from the central pitch stairs into one of the side tunnels and get some sleep.
Nappy time.
Yeah, there's a big bugbear cuddle puddle, a bunch of like hobgoblin bedrolls, and goblins just squirming into crevices and onto the chests of other people, and just really wherever. And you guys can get a short rest if you needed one.
All right. I have while we're resting. Alex, what would 25 gold pieces worth of, like, I suppose I can decide, but it says a sacrificial offering appropriate to your religion worth 25 gold pieces. The issue with that is, like, we value.
Yeah, I think, the invisible hand of arcane magic is really, really hard to understand sometimes. Yeah, well, no, I don't know what that is. I don't know what a market is. I'm a goblin. The invisible hand of the arcane function. It's very hard to understand. I think you would just know that in the past, for Grosh in particular, large amounts of body mass have been effective. So perhaps 2 or 3 bodies worth. Alternatively, meat from Quaggoths seems functional, but it takes a lot of it. There seems to be some sort of weird thing where, like, the more sentient, or not even sentient, intelligent a creature is, the more valuable its flesh is.
Okay.
To the invisible hand.
Go out and collect a couple bodies then.
Oh, just like people who starve to death while climbing the
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you walk out of your little crevice, you see like an old man just like slumped over and just like taking heaving breaths.
I'll ask Munch to help me with this.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, you guys walk out of the crevice. There's an old man that was starving to death. You grab his legs, drag him into the crevice. You do that for that guy's still alive.
Breathing, but
he's still alive.
We'll off him before.
Yeah, you hit him with a club and just go and grab 2 more. And there's a body that's like plummeting through the central shaft, and Munch just sticks his arm out and grabs it, yanks it, and tosses it. And soon you have a pile of 4 bodies. Normally this would be hard, but on a march like this, it's actually pretty easy.
I will have taken a leg at some point.
Yeah, you can just rip the leg off the body that's falling.
Yes, that will be the payment for Munch. He can sort of munch on some.
No monster.
Hmm.
It's funny because the rest of the tribe, like, they're not cannibals. They eat crimson's fungus, which comes from bodies. That's different than, like, that's like fertilization. But Munch is an actual cannibal, like a straight up cannibal.
Yeah.
All the bugbears in your tribe are just literal cannibals.
Man,
whereas
meat
is that not normal for other tribes?
No, it's not fucking normal.
All right.
Your tribe is weird.
Only the OG Bloodspores love it.
Your tribe is fucking weird, man.
Yeah, which is all the new hobgoblins who do not know Munch.
Yeah, they just see you eating a fucking leg. I mean, yeah, the hook rats probably wouldn't be super phased because they are like habitual cultural slavers. Like they were some of the biggest slave traders of Travuskarak. So I don't know how much they. So they're probably not super stunned, but
okay, you know what?
I think the slave bugbears you have, those are the ones that are really like shook because they're not cannibals and they just see their fellow bugbear just like fucking devouring a leg. It's like, oh my god, is that how other people see us? So what's this ritual?
That is bad, dude. Is that really what it is?
So here, this is going to need to be a whole discussion.
Oh, sure.
With
the
council.
Okay.
I will put the spell in the chat. Okay, so I can ask basically a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity that will occur within the next week.
You gather the council and Rathaclick around in a circle, like a little bit away from the tribe, just so you can have a somewhat private conversation. Rathaclick, has his arms crossed, and in the middle of this circle is 3 bodies that have all had their clothing, weapons, all that stuff taken away, and they've been slightly flayed so that they're bleeding onto the ground.
Okay. In our recent adventures, I have acquired a new way to contact our gods. I can ask Grosh one question about a specific something we're going to do in the next week or the next 7 spore cycles. And I believe this will provide a much more definitive answer than just good or bad. So, what question should we ask? My opinion is that we ask a question concerning our concerning how an approach to just approaching the gate would go. As in, like, would we be able to get through without sacrificing a significant portion of our tribe, or something along those lines? That we can figure out the details once we decide what we want to ask about.
Probably not important, but Munch wanted to ask about what Hiss saw when died.
Oh. That has already occurred. This is essentially, asking about something that's going to happen in the future, rather than something that has already happened.
I think
That idea
Yapper's got.
smart.
Yeah, Yapper's got like a piece of charcoal wedged into one of the big fists of the golem, and he kind of writes down combat at gate.
Okay, yeah. So asking how, well, we could ask how, like, the issue is, if we are not going to fight, I'm not sure. Like, if a fight is not guaranteed, I'm not sure how.
Rosh is a god of blood and violence. If we are to ask him a question, it should be about battle or sacrifice.
It can be, but I believe that will really only work if we are marching right now to the gate with the intention of fighting.
What would our other intentions be? I don't plan.
Well, our goal is to get through it somehow, correct? Whether that be through fighting, trading, negotiating, whatever. But the ultimate goal is to get through the gate. So we should ask a question regarding specifically how. We could ask, for instance, what would be the most profitable way to get through the gate for our tribe.
I think perhaps we should take a more macro perspective. The prophecies laid out by Yapper clearly establish that we will ascend through the gate, move through the Grand Atrium, descend into this great tunnel traced by the Eye Stealers, and then we will be guided to paradise. That path seems relatively straightforward, though some of his other prophecies seem to add wrinkles into that we will be in blood up to our ankles, that there will be those who fall in the fighting. Perhaps it is worth asking if us, the Council, must die for our tribe to live free.
Yapper's head just snaps toward Rathaclick, like, what the fuck?
Well, I
The golem's
see
head.
your point, and yes, that is a question we need answered. It's just, this will only work in a very specific time frame. For instance, if the god's intention is that we must sacrifice ourselves, but it will happen later than 7 spore cycles, this will not work. We will not get an answer. So this is, while it is much more, a much longer frame than past spells we've used, it is still limited in its future scene abilities. So I believe we should ask about something that we know is going to occur in the next 7 spore cycles. In fact, we must ask something.
And there is nothing we know other than the approach of the gate.
And that is why I am advocating we ask about that.
But what questions are there to ask? If they ask us for bondage, you intend to kill them. If they let us pass, then we pass.
Well, it could be something specific, such as, what is the best way to get through the gate?
Can Grosh know such things? Is he not a god of violence?
I'm sure he
That
can.
would-
He may prefer violence, but he is still a god. He must know all things.
The golem will write down surprise attack, ?
I mean, yeah.
I feel
we
if you
don't-
ask
we
the
don't
god
need
of
that
bloodshed
specific.
what the best result is, he will recommend bloodshed.
I do not need to ask Grosh, though. I can ask any one of the three gods.
Perhaps that's
But
Enquête.
I can only ask one. That I'm fairly confident in.
I think if we are attempting to
think-
avoid bloodshed, Enquête is the manner we should approach it with.
That's no problem. I can ask on Cat.
Grosh might tell us the best on how we approach a fight, but
Ah, yes, I see. This makes sense. Yes, okay.
I mean, look at the bugbears. They're either going to fight or they're going to sleep. They're not going to do another thing.
That's a good. Well, they might eat.
Munch eating?
Yes, Munch.
Can we fight? Munch has been bored.
This is what Grosh should be like.
Yeah, yes, I see your point now. Yes, that is. Yes, we shall ask on Ket then. This is the best way. Okay. Would we do we want to go something as general as what is the best way of getting through the gate?
If you
Or
can ask any
something
question, then I do
perhaps?
not see why we would ask anything else.
Munch, say do it.
We could make it more specific. I don't know if that will help the answer, but I suppose if the god knows all and we ask it the best way to get through, he will simply provide us the best way through.
Would Uncut not want to fuck with you?
Thinking that
what-
Enquête is a god of trickery is a thing of lesser minds. Enquête is the god of mastermind strategy.
And from what I know of this, while the answer can be cryptic, it must be truthful.
I do not know how your magic can compel a god to truth, but I will not think on that.
The workings of magic are, the specific workings of it are beyond even me, but it
Oh, that's not clicked. I don't know
I
why
can't
you're...
be a robot.
Oh yeah, true. You're like seething in the mech. He's like, you're right, he's wrong. She is the god of trickery.
Yeah, I noted it too, but I'm just staying
Now-
out of this conversation.
I'm gonna roll a religion check to see if that is something like a
Yeah,
specific
sure.
that I would know. Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
okay, I would.
Enquête is by far the most complicated of the three gods. To call her just a god of trickery is diminutive, but to also call her only the god of strategy is also insane. Enquête has a lot of stories about her. She's the unifier. She's the liberator of flesh. She is associated with traditional magic, like reading a spell book or whatever. But she also is a little tricksy fella.
So, the issue with asking Enquête a question is that while I'm sure the answer must be truthful, she may give it to us in a confusing manner, versus Grosh would give us an answer that would tend towards violence, but I'm sure would be simple and clear. As in,
Yes, violence often is simple and clear. We either win or we do not. If you ask Enquête, you will likely get something shrouded, but Yappa's prophecies are shrouded too, and yet they have given us clear cause. If you ask Dominus, I assume he will recommend the path of highest suffering, which would be
I have no
glorious to
desire
endure, but would be difficult.
I have no desire to contact Dominus.
He shrugs. You don't want to
So-
know the most painful possible path?
No, while I accept that Dominus is a god, that is as far as I will go.
You don't want to literally drag
Recognizing
your balls
Dominus.
across like broken glass.
You don't know if that pain's going to be for us. It
And it
could be
probably
pain for our enemies.
true. It can also be pain
You
that
don't
makes you
know.
way stronger afterwards if you survive it. That is Dominus's whole thing.
I have no desire to follow that path. And I am the one with the spell, so here we are.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay. I believe we should ask Enquête. Despite the fact we will probably get a rather cryptic answer, I believe we can interpret it.
You're going to get
believe
a
we
cryptic
can-
answer regardless because divination is useless and vague.
Grosh is most easy to interpret.
True.
Munch
When he's
vote
right,
for
he's right.
Grosh.
Gabberbot will point at Munch.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, if we wish to commit to the path of violence,
Well, if we just know which one is most violent, and we don't have to commit to it. We don't have to figure it out.
yes, but if we get an answer we do not like, then we are left in the exact same position that we
Oh,
were
then we
before,
don't do
except-
that. We've learned.
Well, yes, we don't do the specific thing Grosh tells us, and yet
We can assess their strength ourselves. Anket might be able to let us in on something we would never have thought of.
I believe asking on Ket is the correct way here.
Blame spell, blame cast it. Why blame asking us?
Munch, this is the reason we have a council, to get different perspectives, which is why I asked.
Oh.
Because, for instance, before we talked, I wished to ask Grosh, and now I think asking Anket is the better way. See, I changed my mind because of all of you's opinions.
You're making Rathaclick seethe right now. Stop it.
I'll, cast it.
Anket, it is. Okay, now I have to...
yeah, you break open
Specific
the rib
question.
cage and you start to splatter blood around the circle. Since you're asking on Ket, you seek out. Yeah.
If I cast this as a ritual, it doesn't use a spell slot, right?
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Correct.
Okay. Yes, this is being cast as a ritual then.
Yeah, you splatter blood around the circle, and since this is for Anket rather than Grosh, you tear open the stomach, which is where Anket chewed her way out of Bayeg. And you scatter the entrails around the circle, and then you have your question to pose.
Okay. I'm gonna be typing here a little bit.
Sure.
Figuring out what is the best question. Should I ask what the best way is, or what, like... Because best is up to the gods' interpretation.
All of this is up to the gods, dog. I don't know if you...
I
don't
The
think there's a
only thing that's like required is
I
the
can-
spell
I can
says the
word it
DM
to
offers
make-
a truthful reply.
Yeah, I can work it to, like,
You can try.
make the spell, or make the question slightly more specific, somewhat.
You can certainly
If
try.
you ask what the best way is, it's going to be something biased in the way
Yes,
Anket would follow it.
That
Oh,
is
no.
my concern, but that's also why we chose Anket. We sort of want the best way that Anket would decide. Right, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Let's do it.
I'm not
fuck
gonna
it.
think about it too much. I'm just gonna do
Alright.
what is the best way to get our whole tribe through, or just
Our tribe.
our tribe? I shouldn't even include the word whole, you don't think?
I don't know. I guess it could be a whole tribe. Most of our tribe.
I like most. That's a good in between.
What is the best way to get most of our tribe through the gate?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna ask. What's the best way?
You're just gonna get like hee hee hoo hoo.
That was a really good impression.
Maybe.
That was what she had said. She was
Yeah,
like hee hee
that's
hoo
just
hoo.
exactly
The Red
what
King
she sounds like.
rises. Hee hee.
That's true. And then she clicked her heels.
Yeah,
Millions
and
must
then
die. Hee hee.
and then Hiss was not dead anymore.
This is all true. That's how I remember it.
The gate.
All
That
right.
is the question I'm asking.
Most.
As you ask the question, each of you in this kind of section of the cave, you are seated in various postures. Rathaclick is kind of, crisscross applesauce next to Mardak. Yapper is in his giant, mech, kind of crouched down. Hiss is kind of sprawled across the ground, and Munch is laying on his stomach. And every single one of you feels a hand gently brushing your head. Even Yapper within the mech, even though you know that there is literally nothing behind you except for solid red metal, you feel a hand gently drag along the back of your head. For you, as the center of this ritual, Blam, you feel
two kind of clawed fingers gently tug at the edge of your mouth, turning your kind of face into a grin. And then a voice spreads around the area. Poke the eye, break the bone, join the gut. That's it.
Yep, this is very on-ketty.
And then the presence
Join
fades.
the gut? Join Rattle Gut?
Poke the eye, break the bone, join the gut.
Yep.
That makes me think like join Rattle Gut, but that doesn't. I don't like
Last
that.
you heard, his confederation exploded.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
just
he's just like on the stairway somewhere, and he's just like sad and lonely, and we're like offer a hand.
Oh, Yapper will start
Am
drawing.
I the only one that
No, everyone heard it
voice?
in her
Okay,
voice.
okay. Well,
Yapper will start drawing a few things.
that
He'll
is
draw
our
the
answer.
gate with an eye and a bone at it, and he will draw 3 golems, one with 2 cannons shooting at the gate. He'll draw a bunch of stick figures surrounding the golems and a mushroom, and then he'll draw a bunch of other stick figures surrounding
Rathaclick will
that.
clear his throat and say, "Yeah, but just leave the mech. Just
Yes,
just
yes,
speak."
please come out.
He'll wave him off.
Good
He'll wave him
lord.
off. No.
I'm not going to sit
You're
here
intentionally
and try
looking
to
away from the
interpret.
the golem as it like draws the.
No,
Anyway.
I step all over what the golem's doing. Enough of this. Get out.
He pushes him back.
he flies across the room and hits the wall.
across the room.
Rathaclick will walk over and like pat your head and say, "Get out of the golem."
Bro's addicted to the golem.
Roll a 1d6, Ethan.
Ow.
He dies.
He doesn't
no,
have that
I'm
little
not-
help.
I'm not
You
that
take 2
squishy.
bludgeoning damage.
Oh no, I was thinking like that like instantly causes a cardiac arrest.
Oh,
or heart.
You know what? D100.
No,
We're good.
No.
Alright, we're good.
Can you imagine if he assassinated the fucking lamb?
We're good.
Oh, man.
My heart does not stop.
Seem like Yapper, are you saying fight? Fucking use Golem to kill them all at gate?
He will continue drawing with the hook rats, a bunch of stick figures with a hook surrounding them, and the hook rats going first.
Rathaclick will walk out of the section of the tunnel.
This is. Yeah, I will
We don't
follow
need him.
This is terrible.
Oh no, we need him!
What does this mean?
This is.
Looking at your
much
kid's
left
drawing,
to-
his macaroni art being like, what the fuck?
This kid, my kid is a 10,000-pound golem.
My special ed red metal child. Can I try to speak in the golem?
Yeah, it just doesn't. It just, I mean, you can speak through your own mouth. So.
Yeah, I can.
No, I thought you couldn't.
You can't speak through the
Can you?
golem. You can, but he can basically over the last week, as you've gotten increasingly used to the golem, and you've even gotten now when you pushed Blam, it felt like you were hitting him with your hand. It did not feel like you were controlling a golem at that moment. And as you try to speak, Mardak, Hiss, and Munch, a voice emanates from this like as I said, the face of the golem is this like screaming dwarf mask, the screaming creator, and in the mouth there's this thin little reed of like red light, the same type of red light that spews out of the eyes. And when you try to speak, Yapper, it'll exit the mouth of the golem in a voice completely unlike your own.
Use the hook rats as a human shield. Or as a goblinoid shield.
So we are fighting?
We
Well,
break the bone, blind the eye. We
had-
pretend that we're in the horde of the hook rats, and if we have to, we can shoot them in the back, force them through, as we open up the gate.
Did he leave the golem?
No, I'm still in.
But you hear the golem speaking.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, I'll wander back if I hear that.
Yeah, you hear this like this. The voice that comes out of it sounds like one of those like vocoded vocoded voices where it's like it's like crazy pitches and shit. It sounds nothing like Yapper's voice.
Well, you can just talk. That's way easier.
I'm getting more in tune with this thing.
That's scary.
Yeah, concerning.
If we believe the eye is the gate, do we not? Seems
Personally, my interpretation of it, the eye would be, I guess, guards or sentries guarding the gate. We blind them, then knock the gate down, and then come through with the masses as they come through.
It says poke the eye. The way I interpreted it at first was...
If you poke someone in the eye, you blind them, right? Even if temporary.
Yes, but the way I saw it at first was poking as in, like, tactically prodding. As in, like, mount a distraction attack, in essence, to draw them off somewhere. You know, you poke someone in the eye to taunt them or to, to anger them.
Sounds like
so
a
that they
blinding
make
tactic more.
they make a mistake. That is equally as valid. Yes.
I mean, if I'm trying to piss someone off, I might smack them in the back of the head. If I'm trying to get a dirty shot on someone, I'm poking them in the eye.
Very true. These are all lethal. Or these are all not lethal. I forgot the word.
Valid?
Yes, that word. Yes.
Legal?
Legal, legitimate.
Yeah. Well, I think that one of the last things is, you guys spend your short rest here contemplating what it means, and then in the morning you begin to travel up, and you're starting to get a more detailed picture of the gate because you're getting closer to it now. In fact, you will arrive later today, and so the people ahead of you have like rumors that have passed down the stairs. There are 3 tribes guarding the gate, those being the Eye Stealers, which you were expecting. You knew they were in the Grand Atrium. You just didn't know specifically where. There's the Eye Stealers, a tribe that you are told is called the Sky Guts, and they have these like climbing gear that they use to basically live on like the rooftops of the Grand Atrium. And you hear there's a tribe called the Bone Weld, and this is this terrifies the people ascending the stairs because they tell you the Bone Weld have constructs, bones that have their own animation, corpses that fight for them. And these 3 tribes, which seem to have some degree of animosity between them. Like the people ahead of you will tell you that these 3 tribes are get angry about who gets which people. But these 3 tribes that clearly hate each other have come together to basically act as vultures and eat, eat the corpse of the hook rats and enslave members and bring them to their tribe. The gate is basically fully locked it down by these 3 tribes working together. You hear, stories of undead, stories of massive Fleshclaimers, which I think kind of perks your ears up, Munch, because you never knew where your mentor was from. You ate him, and then he before that, he never told you really anything. But they describe a bugbear that is 12 feet tall with an arm that is a dragon's mouth. And you're like, that's a Fleshclaimer. You're like, that's me. Now, it's clearly a much more powerful you, but so they start to describe some of these defenses, and the numbers of defenders don't seem that much crazier than the trade deep. They only describe a couple hundred, but as they go into detail on some of the equipment and some of the magic that these defenders have access to, the trade deep pales in comparison. And I think with that, we continue up the pitch stairs, and I think I'll see you guys next time on For the Tribe. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Arr.